Well, as I was hoping to go a little bit later to avoid some of the noise, it's still there. So it is what it is. Welcome to the den. I'm glad that you could join me this evening, afternoon, whatever time the fuck it is. It's evening somewhere, goddamn. It's probably early morning, middle of the night somewhere, wherever you're at. Glad that you could join me. I'm your host, Honcho. Let's click on my favorite button and let's get this party started. So today I want to talk about something that I've been noticing that I found extremely interesting. And what that is this ICEBae that has been trending. Now I'm going to claim I'm the first one to see ICEBae. I just didn't give it a nickname. I saw it first. It is what it is. So the reason why I wanted to talk about ICEBae is because what I've noticed is that men have been fawning over her. Women have been like, she ain't lad. She out overhyping anything that look like anything. Out overhype it. I'm going to explain to you why ICEBae has gone viral. I'm explaining to you why men love ICEBae, and names like Kiara, Cervantes, or something like that. Why her Twitter following blew up like 25,000 followers like overnight. What the fuck is you doing, man? And Scotty is still here. Overnight. And look at it. Y'all notice that? Look at all the women. She ain't this. She ain't all that. The men, I'm just saying, look at that. That's why I'm laughing. I've been laughing since like yesterday. Well, she ain't this. And I'm explaining to you why women hate ICEBae, why men love ICEBae, and all of these other good things. But before we get into that, I'm loving it because my point is being proven before I even say anything. Y'all are doing an excellent job. I appreciate that. Nobody has a police fetish. I'm explaining. It's very simple. It's extremely simple. But the problem is women, y'all got to stop listening to other women. I'm explaining it all to you here in just a second. You know, the men in the den have been trying to tell you something for quite some time. And y'all refuse to believe it. Y'all call us liars and all this other stuff. We've been just trying to, it's so simple, it's ridiculous. Sherelle Brandy, what's the motherfucking deal? Voodoo Child, what's the motherfucking deal? DeMarkey, how's your pistachio account, DeMarkey? Nachos, what's the motherfucking deal? 335, the stenographer in the house, what's the motherfucking deal? Hotspot, what's the motherfucking deal? Miss Meat, sit your ass down. Foreign letters that I don't necessarily understand or writing, what's the motherfucking deal? Napping motherfucking Nicole, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Let me see. Gotta check up on that ASAP Rocky situation. You know, Heidi the hater is also I would never have thought that Heidi would be an ICEBae hater too. Heidi's an ICEBae hater too. Sweetberry, the number one ICEBae hater, and pistachio thief. Let's see. Bad and Bougie KM Live, what's the motherfucking deal? Only one live, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Let me see. Yes, please hit that like button. Please hit that bet. Appreciate that. Shout out to AB, what's the motherfucking deal? Wow, Miss Meat, I thought we were better than just here for pistachio. I can't believe it. I'm a little bit late. I got started a little bit like at 1:30 and I still late a little bit. I was fighting with Scotty. He attacked my sock and it was a brutal fight. So we are where we are now. Taking Sweetberry word for it. Sweetberry's the worst word to say. Dre, what's the motherfucking deal? Lorenzo, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Let me slide through real quick. Kenneth, what's the motherfucking deal? And I believe that is that. It is a topic, and I'm going to explain to you why it's a topic, because women have been hating on the ICEBae. Okay? It's not even about ICEBae. It's not even about her at all. It's about the state of modern society. Because let's be real, right? Let's be real. ICEBae isn't the finest, most beautiful, attractive woman in the world. Okay? Not the most beautiful woman in the world. Is not going to win any what do they got? I don't know who does it, Time Magazine or any of those type of things, right? But she's not ugly. She's not even my type, okay? But I'm going to tell you why ICEBae stands out among so many other women who look just like her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you why. Now, when you look at ICEBae, what is the first thing? Well, fellas, I'm gonna see what fellas are in here. You know, we stay outnumbered. What is the first thing that you've noticed when you see ICEBae, either from the photo, and I may have a couple of pictures here that I may be able to share. I don't take none of it. I only have the ones with her in her uniform. But when you look at her from a photo, even if you've seen the personal photos, what is the thing? What is the thing? I ain't gonna tell me they have what they have, and I done seen it. Quit trying to defend out. You be telling women to lie, and I ain't listening to you, Miss Me. Your mic is off. Thank you, 335. Thank you. I have not seen a photo with her in makeup. It ain't no caked on. It ain't no outrageous. It ain't no overly done. It ain't no ass shots. It ain't no like craziness going on that you see with most American women. This image that they push to you of most American women, and maybe it could be because the uniform is basic. I don't really care about the uniform. I've seen the pictures at home, and she's just kind of regular. So my thing is, yeah, y'all mad. Look at it, y'all mad. But I bet. Now, we was talking about old buddy. Remember a couple of years back, old buddy with the light eyes and the light skin, and he had all the tattoos all over, and he was robbing motherfuckers, and women were literally trying to find out where he was to pay his bond. Didn't know him, right? Did not know him at all. Women were literally trying to pay this man's bond for committing crimes. This woman got a job, and we just like, hey, this is a nice, attractive woman at her job. This man was a career criminal, and they were trying to free this man. Y'all sound like niggas when rappers go to jail. That's how they was out there trying to free that man. You know what I'm saying? Doing a bit like, where is he at? This man became a model. He got a modeling career after robbing people. What kind of shit is that, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, but that's what I mean though. But that's the crazy thing about it. So why I'm talking about this is because the reason people are fawning over her is because if you look at her, and one, I believe she is conservative. I didn't really look into her politics or anything like that. You got people who are making a big deal because she's Hispanic and working at a detention center. I'm talking about, oh, she's locking up kids. I looked in those photos. I didn't see any kids. I didn't see any kids in those photos. I'm gonna pull up the photos here in a second. I'll see if I can put them up in the background and see how they look. I didn't see any kids, but I did see some of them. I saw some of them niggas being detained. They didn't look like they was too upset about being detained. Baker, man, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see if I can pull up a little Fodosky. All right, this is like her main little photo, I guess, to prove that she was whoever she was. But it looks terrible. It's all stretched out. Like I said, nothing outstanding, nothing world conquering, nothing. But the fact is, confident, no makeup, and again, as you see her across the board, this is what men are. You got to rob to get a monocle. Bill O'Brien. You rob Bill O'Brien in Houston, you might come up. But all I'm saying is this: ain't nothing super special about it. Ain't nothing amazing. Ain't nothing that's just you're not gonna stop in traffic. But the thing about it is a little bit of attention, and then again the position she was in, being next to the who was the vice president and everything like that. But the air of confidence that she's had when you see her on the little videos and things, you don't ever see her wearing makeup, and a nice looking woman. Not even my type, but I can say she's not a bad looking woman. right? Not at all. And then you see some of the other pictures, she seems very confident. Doesn't ever do anything really fancy with the hair, no crazy, no nothing. And so all I'm saying is, you know, yeah, but I agree, Nikki, the teacher too. Yeah, they called her Teacher Bae, right? They called her Teacher Bae, right? And they was hating on her super hard. She should be fired. She shouldn't be this and she shouldn't be that. You know what I'm saying? She shouldn't be this and shouldn't be that. Why? Because it's only women that are saying negative stuff about it. You know what I'm saying? Again, well, look. Miss Meat, I thought it was a non-topic. Why you searching, Miss Meat? Why are you searching? You talking about you said it wasn't a story. Now you search. See what I'm talking about, y'all? Point proven. But here's my thing about ICEBae. And like I said, she's not a world-defeating woman. She's not an ugly woman. But it's because you see her looking natural without the crazy shit, looking confident in what she does. It's everything that you're not hearing about modern American women. It's everything that you don't see getting pushed to modern American women these days. And what I'm saying, we talk about this. When the men, I think we had what do men want, what do men like, and then we had what do women like or whatever nights. And men were saying, hey, we just want a woman that's such and such. Women, no, y'all don't. Y'all want this. And y'all swore up and down. Y'all knew what we wanted. Y'all were trying to tell us like, oh, y'all want this and y'all want all this crazy. Men don't want that. Women want to do that. Women do that to compete with other women. Men don't want that shit. You know what I'm saying? Men don't care about that shit. You know what I mean? Because you went and found, so you went and looked through 50 pictures? The majority of the pictures you see, she's looking regular and looking natural. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Bad and Bougie. Bad and Bougie. No, I think that's the first one I've seen just say decent. She's nice looking more. She's pretty. All the women like, oh, she ain't all that. She ain't even fine. She overrated. It's like, nobody said she was a world beater. You know what I'm saying? Nobody said that. But what we're talking about here is the reason why this woman has gained attention is because, I don't know, I'm not saying me, because again, like I said, I have a different preference, but I prefer applying my preferences, but with this mentality, not no fucking copy uniform on, that's a whole other story. Natural. Men are not into all this crazy shit that women are doing these days. And this is why you see men look at this more like a woman. You see motherfuckers doing that other crazy. Men look at them like girls. Who likes that shit? Rappers and weirdos like that weird shit. Like, so again, it's not even about ICEBae. It's about the mentality of society and what y'all get pushed, this crazy shit from gay fashion designers that tell y'all need to do this and wear this and look like this. This is the new look. Put this contour weird shit on your face. Do all this other dumb shit that no man really likes. If he does, and there's probably questions about it. Be natural. That's all we want. That's all men want. Like a natural, confident woman. I know there's issues that the confidence thing, there's underlying issues that I understand. But this is why this woman has become a viral sensation. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she's nobody famous. She just showed up a couple of days ago when Mike Pence went to go visit one of the detention centers that she works at, and she just happened to be in the background, right? But, oh no, she's not. She's definitely a conservative. I forgot what they said. They said she's what did they say? She supported somebody. I forgot. But I've seen crazy people on the left talk about that. You know, people I've seen that said AOC was attractive and beautiful say that this woman is ugly. Like, so you got to take people's opinions with a grain of salt. AOC looks like a fucking praying mantis. Yeah, Mike Pence had to get up out of there quick. He was over there, and nigga wife come up with that umbrella, bop him upside the head. But all I'm saying is, man, AOC is, the milk's gone bad. And that's the thing, and that's what it is, man. Confidence without all of that extra stuff. Fellas, I got a question for you, right? I got a question for you, man. I got a question for you. A woman like this, if you went up to a woman like this who looked like this on the street and say you tried to get her number, do you think that you would get a a crazy reaction, something loud and generating a lot of attention, or do you think that you would get a polite dismissal if she didn't want your number, if she was just going to decline your offer? What do you think you would get? Come on, you fucking dog. My goddamn nerves. Okay. Say both men will be nervous. Yeah. I mean, that's one of those women that, again, because the ones when you can tell women who are more accessible from certain things. Scotty is fat and obese. All right. Scotty is. Say hi to the people, Scotty. Give me a high five. Good job. All right, that's all you get. No treats for you. All right, get out of here. So, my thing is this, man. My thing is this. I really don't care, but I was just looking at this and I was just like, why is she, because there's nothing super special about her. There's nothing that's amazing. But what it is women nowadays, or people nowadays, I would say women say women, because men do weird shit too. Try so hard to be exotic. Picking on y'all all the time. Y'all, what? Oh, come on. I'm not even gonna get started with y'all. But why does there have to be something extraordinary for someone to be attractive? That's what I'm saying. That's the whole point. Like women are going, oh, ain't nothing exceptional, ain't nothing extraordinary. She ain't got. Why does it always have to be something exotic? Why does it always have to be something so special? Why can't it just be, that's an attractive woman? Why can't that just be, hey, you know what? That's a good looking lady. She's well put together. You know what I'm saying? And that's all we're saying. It's nothing about the rest of it. But I want to open up the lines. I want to know who thinks ICEBae is fine. I want to know who thinks ICEBae is. I want to know who really thinks ICEBae. Let's do a quick poll before I open up the lines. I want to know who thinks ICEBae is attractive. 1 for attractive, 0 for not attractive. Didn't say have to be a world beater, simply attractive. Okay? It's because y'all gonna start with she ain't no. I don't even know, because I don't find most celebrities attractive, honestly. Me personally, I like natural women, and most celebrities are so far from fucking natural. There's no level of attraction. You don't get any headphones, Scotty. Stop it. Okay. 5 for bad. Okay. All right. Interesting. Undecided. Where's Miss Voodoo at? Let me find out. You can text the line, so you ain't got to put your answer in public. If you're not, hey, what's the saying? If it don't apply, let it fly, right? If it don't apply, let it fly. So if you're not hating on her, it's all right. But I have seen tons of women hating on her. The same type of chicks, like I said, who would be the same type of chicks who were fawning over old buddy, the light-skinned, smooth criminal. And I ain't talking about Michael Jackson. The same motherfuckers who were caping for that dude trying to bail him out were mad that men found this woman slightly attractive. Some men found her more than attractive. Let me see. Another photo over somewhere around here. This is her on the job. All right, bye. We use that in the background. Sky, shut up. All right. She's Hispanic. Cervantes. What? The strength. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Look, hey, she do look a little thicker than normal. She ain't really thick. She slim thick. Thank you, AB. And that's the point. That's all I'm saying, right? That's all I'm saying. It's about it, like when we talked about that night, and it's not about all we're saying. The whole point, I mean, I don't even care about ICEBae. The point I'm making is that there is a shift. Men are tired of all the made up, over glorified, overhyped waist trainer, butt injection, all these and everything. Just men, I'm telling you that a natural woman will stand up more. And this is not about hating. This is about advice. This is about be you. This is about be comfortable. Because this is, yeah, she didn't blow up. She didn't blow up. Okay, of course, in the last 2 days, she didn't blow up. Take advantage of. People are mad because she's taking advantage of her viral fame. People are mad at Burger Boss or Bagel Boss. Look at this hate. Look at this hate. And I can't believe the hate that I'm hearing. The Bagel Boss, you know what I'm saying? The nigga who was fighting in the bagel store, he blew up. He got a little he's got a fight coming up against the Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife. Yes, the line is open. He got a fight coming up against Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife on September the 7th. Why are people mad about people taking advantage of their viral sensation? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You got a short time. If your fucking shit, you wake up one night, you say you got 1,000 followers, and then you wake up tomorrow and you got 30,000. Well, then, hey, you gotta fucking take advantage of it. But what I'm saying is that, let's be honest, okay? Would you say more women in society are dressing like this, or would you say more women in society have I don't know, who's a super made up type person? What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in on the line this evening? Or afternoon?
Hey, it's this afternoon, but this Josh.
Nah, they don't correct me, goddammit. You know what the fuck I mean. What's on your mind, Josh?
Not bringing up no shit. But anyway, man. So I mean, like, she's not ugly or nothing. I mean, she attracted to. She's straight. Not always that. Not best thing I ever seen. But you know, she's a little bit of attractive. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna sit up here and be like, oh, she ugly or nothing like that. Mm-hmm. Answer your question.
Okay. Oh, that's why he's stressed out. Let me try to get a regular photo here. Let me look. I'm trying to get some regular rich. Scotty, get out of my face. I don't want to see. That's why I was going to take you back in the house because you was bullshit. You know. All right, there we go. All right. So if you would give it a, look at this. Now, so I'm trying to look at the photos, but do those men look like they worried about being detained? Where is all of their attention at? Mike Pence is further this way, or this way. Yeah. Where do the men look at that? So all I'm saying is this, right? All I'm saying is this. What do you think, though, this is saying? Because there's nothing special about her, right? But she's gone viral.
Yeah.
Why do you think in this day and age where, you know, most people are trying to do this and add ass shot, do all this extra body augmentation or wear these loud and crazy, because this is a plain woman in a plain ass cop suit, doing nothing special but being at work. Why do you think that she's gone viral? Why do you think that people are so enamored with her? Why do you think she's blown up in the last, few days?
I think it's everybody been older than me telling me this. I think time and place is important because, like I said, if this was a regular dude looking at her, be posted. It'd have been probably got none or 5 likes on IG at best. Mm. But since it's Mike Pence looking at her, and since I guess the whole world's watching, everything that I guess people in power do, especially someone a little bit older, and especially because I'm not mistaken, I think Mike Pence have a wife and kids, right? I think he have a whole family and everything.
Yes, he does.
I don't know so that makes oh yeah. So I know he has a wife, so that brings even more attention. You're like, dang, you looking at a girl, you got a whole wife at home. So people do that already, so it's not breaking news or nothing. Like most women actually want men to actually be encouraged to do that. But so I guess that's why it's blown up out of proportion to just the vice president doing it.
Okay. All right. Well, you have anything else that you would like to add on the ICEBae? Any other thoughts on the ICEBae situation?
No, the only thing I'd like to add on is really the good. I just hope for her sake that she danced better than Aisha Curry, because that shit 2 days ago was that shit was rough.
Hmm. I ain't watched that. You know, I don't give a shit about Aisha Curry. She's lame.
Nah, he was so bad. Steph Curry had to go step in and be like, man, like y'all talking about us, talking about man, we still rich, man. Like when y'all own a restaurant, we start Miller rocking. I'm like, damn, Steph in his feelings.
Mm.
That's the only reason why I care now.
Mm. That's tough. You know, she always gotta come running to the defense. She probably punked him to say something and make me feel better. You know how that whole dynamic goes. Steph Curry out there
Nah,
looking like
Steph was actually mad. That's why I was shocked at.
you know, he looking
I
like
thought he
a
was playing. Like,
fucking gay woodsman and shit. Motherfucker Steph out of there. He's out of touch. Them niggas ain't making the playoffs this year. So okay. All right.
nah, but all right, man.
All right, Josh. Well, that's the bet, man. Appreciate the call, man.
All right, man.
Bet. You said about your like that. Oh man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying somebody is out there fucking with Gorilla Monsoon and shit, and niggas talking about I see you, you know. Fuck that. I'm like I said, I have no problem admitting it. She is not my type at all. Not my type at all. She's an attractive woman. That's it. Why? Plain natural, doesn't look overly done. And even if she is, she has nothing done. She's not doing it in a manner where it just looks like she's forcing it out there to the world. And I think that's the issue that a lot of people have. You know, that's the thing that a lot of people have. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this afternoon?
Ashley.
Ashley, how are you doing this afternoon, Ashley?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. Ashley, what are your thoughts on, ICEBae? Do you think she's an attractive woman? Do you think she's ugly? How do you feel?
Yeah, I think she's pretty.
Okay. Why do you think that she's getting so much attention? Is it because of the time and place and the situation? Do you think that, you know, she just, I mean, what is your opinion? I'm not going to try to guide the question.
I don't know. I think it's because she looks Hispanic and she's working at that type of facility. I think that's pretty funny.
Okay. She caught a lot of flack for that. She was definitely giving a lot of shit. People, man, how are you going to be Hispanic and you're working at a place detaining black and brown kids? I'm like, what? Where are the black kids? I didn't see any black people in the pictures, but whatever they say, if they say so. But yeah, so because she's Hispanic, she's being there, the whole kind of situation, just a perfect storm, if you will. So, I don't know. Do you think that this says something, the fact that she's getting all this attention, do you think this says something about society and how people view things, or is just a kind of one-off situation? Like, what do you think that this is saying about America and what men or women or whoever likes in America these days?
That Americans are crazy. Like, everyone goes viral for the dumbest things. You know, like, oh, okay, she's like literally just working.
Yeah.
You know, she's an unattractive though, but I don't know. It's not like she's like made up or whatever, or looks particularly nice, but I don't know. I just think people go viral for the dumbest stuff.
Okay. How about you, Miss Ashley? Are you a makeup wearer?
Sometimes I stop wearing it like in the summer. But if I'm like going out, yeah.
Do you like the fancy bright colors and things? Hey, Scotty, hey, Scotty, get your own show, Scotty. Do you like bright colors and fancy stuff like that, or are you kind of natural, or how would you say that you wear your makeup?
Like eyeliner and lipstick sometimes.
Okay.
And lip liner, you know. But not like, I don't know if you know who she is, but like, there's like this thing called the crayon cave, and they have like really bright colors. I think that looks crazy. I would never ever wear something like that.
The crayon cave?
Yeah, it's like really bright colors.
That's terrible.
And the people that wear it, they wear like 5 different colors on their eyelid. It looks...
That's terrible. I think I saw something
it's
like
not
that the
for
other
me.
day. Yeah, I saw some weird shit the other day like that. I don't understand. But again, to me, that's kind of part of the attention seeking, behavior. Um, hey, dog slander will not be tolerated. Um, but okay, so what do you think? Were you a fan of the dude that got all that celebrity for supposed to be basically I forgot what they called him, probably inmate bay or some shit. The dude who got arrested, but he had all the tattoos and the light eyes, and he ended up becoming a model after that. Like, ended up signing like a modeling contract. Women were trying to literally bail him out. Like, would you compare this situation to that
and
situation?
he ended up marrying a billionaire.
He what?
Yes. I
Shut
think
the
either
fuck
she's a
up.
billionaire or her father's a billionaire, but she definitely has access to $1 billion. Like, all off of a photo.
See, this is what y'all women be doing. See, look, now we happy. This woman, she's decent and natural and has a job. Y'all turned a career criminal into a future billionaire with all that fame and then trying to bail a man out and all that attention. And y'all see what it is, women want what other women want. That's what it is. And so that woman saw all this man getting all this attention. She's like, well, fuck all that. I'm gonna get him and bag him up. And the rest of y'all bitches ain't gonna have shit. And he still fuck with other
He
hoes.
loves his whole family.
Wow, that's crazy. Shit, you tell me a billionaire.
Like, that sucks.
A billionaire is what's up? What? Who? Scotty? Who? I'll throw Scotty in the trash.
I mean, I feel like just give me the right amount in support, I guess. But oh my god,
That's tough. It's super tough, man. This is wild. Like, that man got a career. This woman has a career where she started, and men are like, hey, she's nice and attractive. She's not doing anything. That's the funny thing about it, okay? Because I look at jailbait, as y'all are calling him. He had to be exotic and special, but yet y'all say men want all these women to do this, this, and this. The ICEBae is a basic, bare bones woman, in my opinion. I don't think there's anything exotic about her. She's Hispanic. No fancy colors, no fancy eyes. She has regular Hispanic hair. She got a little bit of a forehead on her. I ain't even tripping on that. She has a decent, nice little shape. So there's nothing special about her. But why do you think that men would give this woman, who is just basically a regular woman, attention, but women gravitate towards the exotic, rare Pokemon of men?
men don't care unless you have a vagina now. Like, even if you were born with a penis, if you have a vagina now, you're okay with a man.
Whoa. Now, we've just gone too far off the deep end. Scotty, where are we going?
Men don't care. They don't care.
Scotty, do you care? Scotty cares. I think men do care. It's just you have those fringe lunatics, and the fringe might be a little wider than it should be, but some men do care, and I think that it's very tough. But my thing is, I don't know. I don't know. I just find that very odd. That to find out that old buddy got married to a billion, that's the craziest shit I've ever heard. Like, talk about a fucking come up. Talk about a come up. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I definitely agree, Coach. I go ICEBae over a Kardashian. Kardashians look like fucking shit. Their Photoshop helps a lot, but they look lopsided and shit. Okay. Any other thoughts on the ICEBae or anything involved in this situation or jail guy or anything like that?
Have I been involved with the situation with the jail guy?
No. I'm saying, do you have any other thoughts on the ICEBae situation or the jail guy? I'm not gonna call him jailbait. That's gay. He'll be jail guy. What do you mean? Do you see any correlations or anything else like involving this?
No, not between the two. I just think that people like what they like.
Okay.
Like I people were going so nuts over that guy's photo and sharing it, talking about they have to get him out, and they don't even know this guy.
Right.
He'd be a rapist.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, there was a test that some people did on Tinder. They put up a bunch of fake profiles. And this is why I say women are crazy. Women say y'all be talking shit, but y'all are worse than men. They put up a bunch of fake profiles. There was a bunch of different dudes who did it, and they all tried to test the experiments. And so what they did is they went and found what is considered, I guess, attractive to women. Went and found guys, and they they put things on their profile, basically saying that they had, been in trouble with the law and had some minor sex offenses when they were like in their teens, late teens, or something like that. And they put some of these different things in their profile, but because the men were attractive in the profile photo, even though they were fake photos, they were getting responses out the ass. Like women, they would have chats with me. Well, something happened with when I was a teenager and she was a little bit younger. Blah blah. Oh, that's cool because I got a little bit of a bad side too. Like it was dismissed. Like it was like nobody cared. Like none of the women cared. I'm sure they edited certain results, but that they still got a lot of responses. A lot of women were willing to engage in conversations with them. So we talk about men will do anything. Women will do anything for a guy that they deem attractive. And so I think that's
women are like 20 times worse.
Women are 10 times worse. That's the crazy stuff. That's crazy. Okay. But I don't think a man would care if a woman was a sex offender either. So that's just kind of how that is. All right. All right, that's all I got, man. Anything else you would like to add, Miss Ashley?
No, that's it.
Okay. Well, keep talking proper. I love it, and I appreciate you for calling in.
All right, thanks for taking my call.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye. I was thinking about Miss Ashley the other day, or I don't know if y'all saw that thing that happened at the pool. There was a white guy who was yelling at some kids at the pool because they were jumping the gate, and then they tried to kind of turn it into a racial thing. And then he was doing an interview, and then the dad came. The dad was black, and y'all were talking about, that there's a way that you sound that you can tell that. But that guy, if you would have heard him on the phone, I want to say it happened. I don't know if it was it might have been Dallas or it might have been, I forgot where it was. If you would have heard him on the phone, you would not have been able to tell that he was a black man. So that's why I say these stigmas that these people have is like you cannot in this day and age. It's more about your environment than your goddamn scale. You getting fucking hairs all over me and shit. It's more about your environment than anything. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this. If you compare ICEBae to Jail Guy, and I don't have another suitable viral comparison because I really don't know. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this afternoon? Probably because they didn't have a pass, Miss Mead. That's probably why they jumped the gate.
Hey, it's Belle. How you doing?
Doing excellent, Miss Bell. How are you this afternoon?
I'm doing good. I just tuned in and I saw the topic about this ICEBae. Can you explain who she is? Because I've not heard a whole lot. I haven't been on social media lately.
Okay, well, ICEBae is basically Pence went and visited one of the detention centers, I think in South Texas the other day, and she happened to have gotten caught on camera. And she kind of became a viral sensation after being seen on camera. And so my whole premise was it's not even really about her because to me she's just I won't say a basic woman, she's an attractive woman. But not exceptional, not even my type. But I can say, hey, she's attractive for who she is. But then we were making a comparison or why she was getting this trend or why she was getting this notoriety, and my premise was that because she carried herself in a more natural but confident way, which is not something that you see these days. Nowadays you see a lot of artificial, you see a lot of loud and boisterous, you see a lot of different things that most women, I'm not making it a race, but you just talk about her. You see it all the way across the board. You see it on all the TV shows. You see it on all the social media. All races do it. So don't be trying to hit me with that. You talking about so and so and such. Everybody does it. It's for attention. So I was just saying that she's different than what you see getting pushed out into the media these days, even though, they only knew her from a few seconds of a video, but then people start finding her and following her. She posted up saying, she was the lady from the video, yada, yada, yada. And so her following has grown by several thousand over the last couple of days.
Well, okay. I commented on it because I saw the picture and you had said something about the dude with the green eyes that was what they call the jail model.
Yeah.
Was that the comparison?
Yes.
Yeah, he got too much ink. But as far as women, not all, and it's a general statement that a lot of women like the bad boys. But the other thing is this particular woman, she represents being on the right side of the law. And the fact is if you notice, she's got a billy club in her hand, which, yeah, that's another sort of sexual innuendo for guys that like that kind of thing. But she's no different than, I mean, if you watch the program Cops, there's a lot of females that are on there that could be considered attractive. Not my thing because I don't go that way, but it's, well, hey, I've told you right from, I'm as straight as arrow when it comes to that kind of stuff, and I'm okay with that. But as far as the jailhouse model dude, I mean, that was just a hot mess. You know, and I never understood, and I'm kind of glad you brought this up, too, because I never understood what male or female's attraction to somebody that was incarcerated for long periods of time, or that was like a career criminal, or that they spent more time in the penal system than out. I never got that either. And I think it's kind of a question that what attracts men and women to situations like that is an important question, because you're not having a quote-unquote real relationship because there's no give and take.
This is true.
And it's just a different offshoot of what we were talking about with attractiveness. You know, are you happy because this man's behind bars and he can't go anywhere? Well, that doesn't mean he ain't doing anything. And it's the same thing with the females. You know, it doesn't mean they're not. It just means that the expectation of the illusion. And that's kind of what happens when we look at photographs. It's still an illusion. We don't know that person until we spend real time with them and whether or not the personality is going to work. And I found it to be interesting when you were talking about how the men set the women up to find out whether they would go after a bad boy or not. And the thing is women do it all the time. You've got Instagram, you got Pornhub, you've got this, that, and the other site that women have been putting on a mask for years about what their show is. That doesn't make them what their personality or who they are in real life is either.
Correct.
It's the illusion of what we see on the surface.
Okay. So you think the illusion, the perception.
It attracts them, it opens the door, but it doesn't keep them. Because if you're going to have anything with substance, it's going to have to be more than just, no pun intended, skin deep. And people are attracted with their eyes first, and then they attach themselves emotionally with how that person makes them feel, or how, when they've walked away from a situation, how they emotionally feel afterwards. And the more that we're in love with somebody, generally the blinder we are to what they actually physically look like. Because if you've asked somebody after they've fallen out of love with their partner, they're going to tell you they're one ugly son of a gun. And why didn't I see him? Why didn't I see that? Because you were blind to the fact of what the physical attributes were, because the emotional attributes were giving you something. And it's sort of the same thing that what we're talking about. I mean, if somebody is attractive on the surface, yeah, of course they're going to be attractive. Of course they're going to want to let small things slide. Men do it with women, too. It's not just, you know, I know that the guys set it up to find out, but men do the same thing. They just don't always admit it, just like women don't want to admit it. And you can't get to my age at almost 50 and not have some small fractures of stupid shit being done. You know? And the question is I won't date a guy that's never been married.
Said you wouldn't date a guy that's never been married?
Nope. Or never been in a, excuse me, I take that back, never been in a long-term relationship.
Okay.
Because if you've gotten to the age, at my age or a little better, there's got to be a reason that, or something that, why you've not stayed in a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
So, but that's just me. You know, I'm probably one of the older people on the board, so that's just the experience I come with.
Okay. So I got a question for you, Miss. But have you ever seen? You say because you know men and women do it too, and so has there ever been like a particular? I won't say maybe a viral social person, but maybe a an actor or an athlete or somebody that you may not know that well, but upon seeing them, that they kind of caught your interest and caught your attention?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last part of that.
I said, has there been an actress, actor, or, well, not actress, you said you ain't swinging that way, athlete or an actor or somebody who had some type of fame that even if you didn't know them that well, but upon first sight, that caught your attention, you were like, hey, that person is extremely attractive?
Actually, yeah, LL Cool J.
What? LL? What about LL? Was it the,
Okay.
the chapstick?
It's okay, and I will give you this. Yes, he is fine, ass man, and all that. But the fact that he has been in a long-term relationship with his woman and he's dedicated to his family, it shows that he's that much more of a good person. I don't know anything personally about him, but like I said, on the surface. Now, his partner, Chris O'Donnell, I was never really a big fan of, but he became more attractive as a human being on a humanitarian level because he's got 5 kids, and him and his wife have been together long term.
No.
So to stay together and not be messy, that tells me that they probably have their shit together. That can be an attractive thing for a person. The biggest thing is just making sure that they're not hooked up in another relationship. You know, whether they're married or not married, whether there's a ring on or not, if they're in a committed relationship with somebody else, that's not clean.
Yeah.
You know? And you're the person coming into that, you're an interloper. You know, that's, okay, this is the one thing I'm going to add this and I'll be done, but side chicks don't know their place these days. They want to be the woman that, the main chick, more than they ever want to be the side chick, and they're not quiet about it. Now, I don't agree with a man stepping out, and I don't agree with a woman stepping out. But the fact is that it's so much more socially messy than it's ever been about infidelity, and we wonder why we don't have good, intact families. Well, if you're not keeping it in your pants, whether you're female or male, how do you expect to have a healthy family situation? You know, it's not about religion. It's about respect of the unit. If you're stepping out, how can you be devoted to one family when you're dipping your stuff into something else? You know? And if you can't take care of one, having 2 is going to make you twice as poor.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, it's what it's saying. It's cheaper to keep her.
Yeah, but are you keeping the side chick and still dipping, or are you staying faithful to the relationship?
Man, look, don't do the side chick situation. Leave that alone. But see, it might be cheaper to keep them now. If you get involved in one and you let her go, she gonna put all your business out there, so you're gonna end up fucked off either way. So just don't get started with the side chicks. Just be happy with what you got. If you're not happy, then go ahead and end that situation before you add anything extra to the program, because it's all
Long
bad.
run, it don't work.
Yeah, it's all bad. Okay.
Yep.
All right, well, that's all I got. Anything else that you would like to add, Miss Bell?
No, I think it's pretty cool that this girl got some positive reinforcement. You know, because not all women working with the law get that kind of a good reputation. You know, a lot of times they're treated like they're not so nice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, hopefully so. We'll see what happens. I think it's just we're catching it in just the beginning, so it'll be interesting what ultimately comes out. Maybe she'll get a modeling career and find her a billionaire husband. We'll see. All right, Miss Bell. Well, I saw somebody in the chat say it, so I'm gonna steal it. So the bell has rung, and I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts with us, Miss Bell.
All right. We'll see you later.
All right. Thank you. All right, y'all give me just a second. I'm gonna take a quick Honcho hiatus. I've been drinking water and coffee and all kind of shit. And Scotty is an asshole. He acting all funny. Y'all can't tell, but Scotty's acting funny. All right. So give me just a second. We'll continue to take calls when I get right back. You know what I'm saying? And so this ain't the door is closed. Well, you might be catching me. There's a couple people calling. You shouldn't be blocked or anything. I don't block anybody's phone. People troll calling. So you shouldn't be here. Now I hope she does come up. That's my thing is, yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. I hope she wins. I hope she gets a super win for this. But give me just a second. Like I said, let's go get rid of this dog. I'll be right back. Everybody say bye to Scott. It's over for him. All right, now the meddling dog is gone. Can you shut your ass up, nigga? Kind of shit. I better not have been talking shit about Scotty while I was gone. I'm gonna tell that nigga. He gonna sleep. Come. I just went upstairs, right? And the main reason I brought Scotty on, or had him stay today, because I know Miss Cartier asked about him the other day. And I went upstairs and I was like, well, I guess maybe I'll bring him back later tonight if he ain't tripping, because I know Miss Cartier had asked about him. And then I come back and see Miss Cartier has joined us after I took the damn dog upstairs. Ain't that some shit? Man, but here's the deal though. So here's the deal though, right? It's just like, it's crazy, crazy stuff. Is like, yeah, Scotty is only faithful. So here's the thing, getting back to it though. But again, like I say, the point of this is perspective, right? And I saw somebody earlier say, oh, you just doing this just to shit on women. How am I shitting on women? This is the most basic, probably just woman that we've talked about. I'm not saying basic in the sense of, I guess, least amount of complications associated with the stories. Nothing negative about her. I don't understand how I'm shitting on women. We're saying that she's natural. She just is who she is. She's working, so it's not like, it's not like we're talking about women meal hustling. We're not talking about women mooching and hoeing. We're not talking about women wearing crazy shit, doing crazy. I mean, I don't understand how this is shitting on women. All we're doing is talking about preferences, and that's what I'm trying to get at. But you notice how the difference was, jail dude had all these exotic, quote unquote, features. Yet, this chick, everybody sees average. And the funny thing too is, some of y'all ladies are funny. It's easy to either say a person is attractive or they're ugly. Women, it's okay. Men, it's kind of gay. But I know some of y'all, you could easily say she's attractive. She's a nice looking woman. But some of y'all, she ain't even all that. Well, when you say that, that means you think she's attractive, but you just don't want to say that. So, I've never shit on dark women. And see, that's the thing. That's why you got to take the perspective. You have to listen to what I say. I've said multiple times that my preference in women is darker women, but natural. I've said that 1,000 times in the den. So why would I shit on something that is my preference? That doesn't make any sense, you know? So what I'm saying is the experience that I've seen, that I've noticed, that I've come across, and this is not being biased, this is not anything. How am I putting other women down? What I'm saying is that I think that the media pushes women to do things, and they think that this is what men really want, or this is what men are really seeking, or whatever it may be, when the men that you attract when you do those things are those weirdos that y'all all complain about, that y'all talk about, this man is doing this and this man is doing it. I didn't make up anything. I have no reason to make that up. Why would I make something up? Hold on one second. This is real experience. I mean, this is observation. It may not apply to you personally, but this is not, I would make that up. Why would I make that up? Why would I say that I prefer dark-skinned women, but then I said they're all violent and all that? I don't tolerate violence from women. You're crazy and you got a bad attitude. I'm not going to deal with you. So I wouldn't make that up. This is just observation. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the to the den this afternoon?
Hey, it's Andre, man.
Andre, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind this afternoon, man?
It's just about this girl and everything.
Okay.
Just a few different points I want to hit on. One, I remember somebody asking if she was white or something like that. And personally, I don't think it matters. If she's cute, she's cute.
Yeah.
The other thing was somebody was saying, but talking about her, you're shitting on dark-skinned women. It was like, the thing is, she's the topic. She's the one that went viral. So that takes everything out of your hands right there, because you didn't make her the topic. The internet made her the topic. So if somebody else wants to go find a nice dark-skinned woman and like bring her in to be the topic, then please do it and let us talk about her. So I guess challenge to the Dan folk.
Oh, I mean, the one the other day, the one from Uganda. Were you here when I posted the picture of the chick from Uganda, wherever she was from? Now, she was exotically proportionate. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But that was a different thing. I would take her 10 times out of 10 over ICEBae. Dark-skinned woman. I think she had like a little afro in some of those pictures. But she was healthy, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I would take her 10 times out of 10. But I mean, that's just my personal preference. Because people are going to like what they're going to like. But I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I probably missed that episode because I really don't even remember that one. And for me personally, like usually if I just see a fiction, I don't have a chance to interact with a female. I don't have an opinion on her. Like you talk about like any movie actress or any model in a magazine or anything, I don't even have an opinion on her. I can't even really say, yeah, she's cute, or yeah, no, she's ugly, that much, because so much, like, in my personal opinion, there's a lot that has to deal with, like, the personality of the person. Like, yeah, there's extremes where it's like, yeah, that bitch is fucking ugly, or yeah, she looks good, but I don't know, with this one, like, I saw, like, a 2-minute clip of her, like, on her channel, and it was like, yeah, you know what, she is nice. Like, if you wanted to give it like a 10 thing rating, like a 1 to 10, I would have said like somewhere like 7, 7.5 type thing. But like, everybody has their own that thing that they judge by and all that, and it is what it is. Like, but like I was saying, I guess the thing with her goes back to a topic I guess you were on last week. The like what men want too, and everybody was talking about the thing on strong women. The thing is, it's not so much the uniform that she's wearing, it's her stance. The way she carries, the way she's like, even though it's still pictures, but the way she's carrying herself with confidence, it also exudes strength. And that is an attractive quality on its own. Like, I didn't even notice the nightstick until somebody pointed it out. Yeah. That was in her hand, and it was like, okay, well, you can hardly see it, so that's neither here nor there. The other video that I saw a little piece of, she still had the same strength, but she was in like regular street clothes and everything, and still had that same, I guess, air about her. Yes. Where she still had confidence and all that. But it's that type of thing where she was still strong and confident. So it's like all these qualities that has absolutely nothing to do with the color of her skin, the race, her ethnic background, or anything, that you could really put her into like any skin and it would still be the same things being said about her. At least in my case, it would be the same things being said about her. Now, like the whole makeup thing that you were saying, like I'm not going to repeat the whole thing, but yes, I agree. Like she's not overdone up. Like even in the other clip that I saw, like she had basically no makeup on, and yeah, that is more attractive because like if you get into like a relationship with somebody in the morning when you wake up, what's the first thing you're gonna see? No makeup. You get used to seeing them in like tons of makeup, and then all of a sudden the next morning you wake up and there's like no makeup on, and all you see is like a disaster. It's gonna make you want to run the other way. But you know what I mean? It's like you're used to seeing like all this plaster on there, and even if they're like a makeup artist and can do it perfectly to make it look like there's none, like no makeup being worn, and it's a disaster under there. It's gonna be scary as hell. And I ain't even gonna touch on some of the women that actually have like eyebrows that are penciled in because they don't know how to do their eyebrows right, and they pluck off the whole thing, and just you see a little eyebrow pencil line there. But anyways, I think I touched on everything I was aiming for, but that's me for now.
Okay. All right. So you say you give you give ICEBae, you said like a 7.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess if I got to know her got to know her more, and her personality was better, it would probably move up more. If her personality was worse, then yeah, it would drop.
Okay. So do you think that her getting this newfound attention, do you think it's going to change anything with her? Or do you think that she'll continue doing what she's doing?
Like I don't think it's gonna last that long. It's like one of those things where it's like 5 minutes of fame type thing. So, like, I really don't think it's gonna change her that much because I don't think it's gonna be around that long. It's like the bagel guy. Like, I think he's smart. Like, I think he knows it's not gonna last that long. So, like, it might change him a little bit as to where he gets aggressive about his stuff now to juice the spotlight that he has now. Just milk it for everything he's got in this short time period. But with her, I think she's going to be getting exactly what we're seeing happening in the den. She's going to be getting hate coming from one side. She's going to be getting support coming from another side. So she's going to be mixed in the middle. She's going to have a ton of insecurities and some support. And that's going to be messing with her mind. Like, short guy, he just had some people laughing at him, and he had some people agreeing with him. And, I don't know, he was already off in his little Napoleon mind that he was just able to ride that wave. But with her, I guess it just came out of nowhere altogether. So it's like hot air, cold air mixing. You don't know if you're going to get a tornado or a hurricane.
Science.
But you're going to get something.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a bit. I can agree with that, Andre. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Yeah.
What's that?
Happy Trade Day weekend.
Oh yes, it was. That was this weekend, and I forgot what I was getting into. Some type of shenanigans, and
yeah,
damn
the
it,
whole
I forgot.
family thing.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a bit. Well, I appreciate it, Mr. Is it what time is it where you are? Is it along the same lines of time, or is it
An hour ahead.
you're an hour ahead? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. I thank you for calling in.
Thanks for taking the call.
All right. I will.
All right.
Shout out to Canada. Shout out to Dre. And it's like, what's the motherfucking deal? Yeah, my thing is, yeah, ride the wave, do what you do, man. That's the funny thing about it. It's only gonna last for so long. So if you're smart with it, you take it and you run with it, and you do your thing, man. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this afternoon?
Bad and bougie.
Bad and bougie. We need to talk. Okay, we got to have a discussion because I think you are misrepresenting me and misinterpreting my thoughts, and so I would like to get a understanding. Understandings are very important to me. But first, I will let you speak your piece, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, I had never heard about the young lady before your broadcast today, but I do think she's a very beautiful girl. It looks like she has a really cute shape. I think that she's interesting because she's in a male-dominated field. She got her little billy club, I think that would spark an interest. Like, I think that she deserves her little limelight, and I hope that she comes up off of it, just like the guy did that was the male jail model. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I think that I didn't experience seeing the hate, though, that you said she was getting, because pretty much she's just getting positive feedback on your channel. Like I said, I haven't seen her on anything else, but I don't see where anybody's hating on her.
No, they was hating early on. Someone was hating last night. I made a reference to it. I ain't gonna say no names. But like I say, it's been a little bit. It's been some people. They've written articles talking about ICEBae is the reason why it's the worst of America, and just all kind of crazy. Yeah, I mean, there's been like mainstream articles talking about this, that this is the worst of America, and all kind of crazy stuff. And so my thing is this.
Was she doing some booty shots or something that I didn't see?
She has not done anything that is any more outrageous. I think the only other picture I saw of her, she had like some little regular videos, I think, on Twitter, and I think she had a picture where she may have had like I want to say it was either a red or a pink shirt. It was like a regular ass shirt on, and I think her hair was actually let down. That might have been the only difference. Like, so I haven't seen anything outrageous or egregious. Now, like I say, she's kind of got a little fame in the last couple of days, so she may be doing something a little bit different now that people are looking. But as far as I've seen her, this is basically how she looks. Everything that I've seen on her, whether she's at home or whether she's at work, the photos I've seen, they basically all look pretty much how she looks in the pictures that I have up right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a little sex appeal either, as long as it's tastefully done. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Right. And so my thing is, and I can agree with you, she's in a male-dominated field. I think most of the time when you think of women in some type of enforcement, I don't know. We've seen is you think of security guards. I've seen a lot of very mean security guards, and I think the AB mentioned earlier her appearing feminine still in such a masculine environment, but yet feminine but confident.
Right.
Again, we're seeing the feminine, but like I said, a lot of men have pointed out that she doesn't have a lot of makeup. I can't tell. I don't know. I know people talk about like bases and foundations, and I don't know how all this shit works, but from the appearance of what I see, it doesn't look like a lot. If you can hide it, great. But it's a lot of people who put on a shitload of makeup, and you can tell they got too much fucking makeup on. So I don't see that. I can't tell if she does or doesn't. But even if the illusion is that she doesn't have a lot of makeup on, it works for me.
Yeah. Well, I think you made a couple of comments about the makeup thing, and I can kind of tell that your preference is women that don't wear makeup or have the more natural look. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I can tell you, like, during the week I wear no makeup, but when I go out, I do wear makeup. And either way, wait, let me not say what I was going to say. Either way, I'm going to get positive attention, whether I'm like today, I'm at work and I'm not wearing any makeup, or when I, get, fly on the weekends and go out. Either way, you know what I'm saying? Different people like different things. So, I mean, it's perfectly cool, to like a more natural look. And then some women wear makeup, and I think women are beautiful that wear makeup as well. So I don't know. I guess I don't really see like where she would get any negative backlash. To me, I just think she's a pretty girl. The little picture was cute with her with all the men behind the gate or whatever, and she's like, yeah, I'm in charge, but you know what I'm saying, but I'm cute. I think it's cute.
So I agree with that. And then the thing is too, but I think more of the backlash is coming from her possible political views. Being, I believe, like I can't remember college they said she was a Trump supporter, but her working at a ICE detention facility, and people saying, "Oh, well, you're Hispanic. Why are you working there?" Which I think is stupid. Hey, a job is a job, and if you feel like you're doing the right thing, then get paid and do what you got to do. So I don't think anything is wrong with that. So I think it may be more backlash with that. I've seen a couple of people probably they're taking their personal feelings about her politics and then trying to apply that to their looks and say, oh, well, she's ugly, she's not attractive, and this, that, and the third. So, it is what it is. Now let's me and you, we got to have a little little conversation.
Let's chop it up.
Because I feel as though you're saying that I'm accosting dark-skinned women, and all I'm saying is this, okay? And this is my personal experience, these things that I've seen, my observations, my interactions, and this may not apply to you, and if not, that is exceptional. But in my experience, and I think that some of the women called in that day and said it themselves, in my experience, when dealing with darker women and knowing men, and this is even having conversations with fellas, whatever you want to call it, and especially in my younger days, I don't really talk as much to people now, but the preference was always, the lighter skinned chick, she could look like a fucking bag of wet cereal. And because she's light skinned, niggas would give her some brownie points, like ugly is ugly. And it would always be that preference for the fair skin. It could be two of them identically equal. And so what I think that people know who is getting attention, who is not. And I think that dark skinned women in general, when I'm saying you or everybody, like I say, it can be hit or miss, see that, well, just because she's light, or just because, especially in the black community, we give the light skin, the brighter skin people, red bones, yellow bones, what was the other one? I forgot what the other one Miss Grace used, but they get preferential treatment for some reason. We can talk about it. We ain't finna go back to the whole slave conversation. I don't want to get into that. But fair skinned people, I hate the term fair skinned, lighter skinned people get a certain treatment. And even in the community, they act like it. It used to be a rare thing because, the interracial mixing wasn't as much, or whatever else you want to call it. But now, I think it's prevalent. But to get that kind of attention, to compete with those women, I think that dark-skinned women would do things that would generate a little bit more attention in the direct. So that's what I'm saying with the crazy contrasting of colors. It could be dark-skinned and going and get one of them fucking platinum blonde, and I hate that shit. That shit, or it's some other kind of bright, crazy color to stand out, to contrast. It could be the wearing of the makeup. It could be the attire just being a little bit more revealing, and it could be through actions, willing to do actions that generate a bit more attention, being a little bit more raucous, being a little bit, maybe that's anger that they have stored in because they maybe feel like they're getting treated unfair, so they're more aggressive, more willing to fight, or more just out there. And I'm not saying that it's not a good thing, and it's unfair. You're gonna respond to the way that you're treated. But I'm not saying that it's every woman, because that has not changed my preference for dark-skinned women. But I just don't like a certain type. Like I said, I like natural. And that's across the board. Either you're dark-skinned, you light-skinned, whatever. I like a woman to be as natural as she can be. What I go to sleep with, what I wake up to, what I go out with, I want it to be. I'm not saying don't ever wear any makeup, never, ever, ever. Every now and then it's fine to do a little something, but consistency is key to me. I liked you for who you were when I saw you, and that's why I want to keep that. I'm not a big fan of, changing up the hairstyles every 2 weeks. Like, I like a woman for who she is when I meet her, and that's the consistency. Now, if she want to make little changes here, little changes there, and it ain't too extreme, and I'm not going to stop and tell you what you can and can't do, but I'm just going to tell you what I prefer. And so, but what I'm saying is my experience with dealing with darker skin, maybe when I'm trying to highlight darker skin chicks, darker skin chicks don't gravitate to dark men because I think I don't know if they put their own personal preference or the personal situations that they've had with it, or if they've started to, when they get treated a certain way being darker, that maybe they start having an affinity for lighter skinned men. I don't know if it's I've heard a lot of people talk about having dark babies is an issue. I think it's a wonderful thing. I don't think it really fucking matters. I've seen a lot of people say that. And then, like I say, just the responses that, hey, if it's not a level of interest there or something, the way they react or try to make a scene to do something, and then the man has to respond a certain way as compared to how other women react. And I think that puts a big stigma. Okay, so what you got?
So I feel like the other day, your stereotyping was kind of, I thought it was a stretch. I'm just going to be honest. I'm a dark-skinned woman, or I consider myself dark-skinned. My daughter says I'm not, but she's darker than me. But I consider myself a dark-skinned woman. And I have gotten those comments like, oh, you're a pretty dark-skinned girl. And I'm like, oh, well, so if I was light, I wouldn't be cute, you know? And I kind of turned it into a joke because it's kind of funny to me. But, I mean, to say that dark-skinned women are angry, and then I think you made the comparison to the Disneyland incident, and you said, see, dark-skinned women. I'm like, come on now, that's a little far-fetched. Like, I've never been in an altercation, an argument, or much less a fight in my life. I just find, and like, oh, well, they're wearing pink wigs. Well, right now, all women wear different color hair. Not me, because I'm not into that, but because of my profession, I have to be a certain way. But I'm just saying, like, you see all kind of women that are light-skinned, dark-skinned, and everything in between wearing pink hair, this, that. It's kind of what they're doing in fashion now for those people who like it. So I think to say that, well, dark-skinned women are putting on pink wigs to get attention, I just don't, I mean, in my experience, I can only go by my experience, I don't find that to be the case. I find it to be, that's just the dark-skinned violent thing. I just couldn't move past that. I was like, this is the weirdest shit I ever heard in my life. Like, I've never seen or heard of an example that dark-skinned women are more violent. Like, that's just, I don't know, that's way out to the moon for me. The whole wig thing, again, I mean, I look at a lot of, like, reality shows and stuff. I think that a lot of the women that I see on there that I like, that are beautiful, that are dark and light, are wearing different color hair now. I think that's just what's going on. So to say that, well, if a light-skinned woman puts on some pink hair, she's cute. But if a dark-skinned woman does it, then she's trying to get attention. I just don't think that's fair.
But did I ever say that the light-skinned woman putting on a wig is cute? Because I think that shit is trash too.
No, I do too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not into that. But I'm just saying, you know, and I'm a little older too. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my 40s. So maybe that's just a young thing where they're wearing all the different color hair, but that's not my thing. But I'm just saying it doesn't have anything to do with whether you're dark skinned or light skinned, that women are putting on pink wigs. I don't think, you know, like, if a dark skinned woman puts on a pink wig, she's trying to get attention. But if a light skinned woman puts on a pink wig, then she's not. I just don't agree with that. Okay. And I definitely don't agree that dark-skinned women are violent. Okay. So that's just like if somebody said, you know, black people are more violent than, let's say, you know, Hispanic people. I don't think you would agree with that. You'd be like, wait a minute, there's violent people in all nationalities. So to say that dark-skinned women are more violent, I just don't think that's fair.
Okay. So my thing is this, okay, and maybe not so much. It might not be so much with the modern things. I think now, and especially in this day and age, everybody's embracing a lot of the colors and a lot of the crazy. Ever since the what's her fucking name? It's the rapper, Nicki Minaj's and all that. So I do see a lot more people embracing and getting into the colors. But I'm thinking, I guess, traditionally, because I've seen it in the past more so before it became a thing. And I'm not even talking about the fan. It's that fucking blonde, that fucking super damn near silver, bright ass platinum blonde. And I've been seeing this for a long time. It's not even a newer thing. And so this is why I say this.
Well, let me ask you this. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Let me ask you this. Okay, you don't like the blonde hair, but have you seen Mary J. Blige with the blonde hair? I think she looks stunning with the blonde hair. I
think Mary J. also looks crazy as cat shit.
Do you?
So look, I'm telling you, like, here's my thing, and I can say, you know, I can isolate things and say, okay, hey, that shit look crazy. She can have a nice body, she can have a nice face, or we're talking superficial here, because I'll show you you're fucking misogynist and you just objectifying women. Yeah, I am. So what? I can take the hair away, and I can see all the other features and say, yeah, she's a nice looking woman, but to me, that hair ruins everything else. And that's just me personally. Like I said, I like natural. I like if you black and you have a natural do, like, to me, because it's to me, that's more exotic than all the rest of the stuff, because you don't see as many people. Now it's starting to become kind of trendy, but it's still a small percentage of women, black women, who are wearing their hair naturally, that are embracing natural styles, that are, either going dreads, or, and it ain't got to just necessarily be dreads, but it could be whatever. They're just embracing the natural. And to me, that's exotic, even though it shouldn't be considered exotic. It's already who you are, so it's coming out your head. But so that's why I say that's my form of exotic. That's the thing that turns me on. That's the thing that I get attracted to. And seeing all this other stuff.
And there's nothing wrong with having a preference. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, like in a natural look. I think the natural look is beautiful now. I stay weaved up. But, I think, my best friend wears all natural, her hair all natural, doesn't even press it or anything. And I think, when we go out, she gets just as much attention as I do. So I just think, just like everybody has preferences, and yours is more natural looking. That's bomb. I think natural women are beautiful. Like, I'm a big fan of promoting all women, whatever you do. If you like, if you like nails, hair, whatever, and you look good with it, I'm gonna say she looks good with it. If she's natural, like the young lady on your panel, and looks good, I'm gonna give her props. She looks good too. I think. For every man that likes an all-natural girl, I'm going to walk across the street and there's going to be a man that likes a girl like me. So I just feel like living, you know what I'm saying? Like, let everybody just do what they feel good. And I think a lot of it is self-confidence inside, you know what I'm saying? So, and with that young lady, she exudes confidence, So if you're a natural woman and you're real confident with it, then you gonna have that attraction because you inside yourself feel confident with your look. And that's what I would say to any woman. Whatever makes you feel confident, makes you feel good, trust me, there's gonna be a nigga out there that likes it. So if you like, whatever you like, just wear that shit, be confident about it, and trust me, you're gonna have a fan club of people that like you for how you look. I guarantee you. There's men that like thick, skinny, short, tall. There's somebody for everybody.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Look, if I start out meeting you, you got an old school Halle Berry, and then the next time I meet you, your hair longer than mine, we're gonna have a problem. That's just my personal preference. I don't work hard to go this shit. I took some L's and some W's. Look, this is stressful. Nah, I'm just fucking around. But okay, well, Miss Bad and Bougie. Well, I just wanted to clarify a little bit. It's not an attack on dark-skinned women, because like I say, that's personally my preference. I'm just observing what I have seen. I'm just having the conversations that I've had with men and women, and maybe there is a unknown bias, but I don't think it would be just that across the board if these experiences hadn't been similar. So like I say, you may be the exception, you may be the anomaly, and that's good.
And I didn't like when you said that either, because why I got to be the exception? I'm sure there's billions and billions of dark-skinned women that are not violent. Just because one says, hey, wait a minute, all dark-skinned women aren't violent, you're like, okay, well, you're the outlier. No, that's not necessarily true.
I don't think so. Okay. It's
true.
It's like you and Shannon are the only ones that are the outliers. So
there you go.
No, but what I'm saying is this. And again, it could be a school thing, it could be a club thing, it could be the environment that maybe that you're in. But I'm just saying what I've seen. Like, I don't know if it's because of the way that they're treated. I don't know if it's because, again, like I say, this could be a symptom of a bigger problem, that the women that I've seen act like this. And again, like I say, it could be the lack of attention. It could be the anger maybe they have, resentment, or because of the way they've been treated, or things. Because even Shannon was talking about, how the sister would call her, black ass this or whatever it is. So it could be different things. And so I don't want to say that they are in a way they are the problem, because you have to understand, you have to come to an understanding of self and appreciate who you are. But it could be the symptom of a bigger factor. But this is just what I have known. Maybe you grew up in a more stable environment. Maybe you didn't come across. Would you say you were raised middle class, lower class? How would you say your upbringing was?
I would say my upbringing was probably middle class, but I'll say that I don't think that matters either. I don't think.
See, because to you it doesn't matter to you. So your school, would you say you went to a kind of a mixed, like through your entire public school career? Would you say?
Okay, so that's a good question. So I went to a school that was kind of far from my house. That was primarily an all-black school.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I met my ex-husband. He went on to play in the NFL. And I will say this: when I got married, and when he went to the league, a lot of the guys would either get with mixed women or light-skinned women or this or that. Now, fast forward to 20-something years later, my son also played briefly as a free agent. And now it's changed. It's not that all the athletes think they have to have all the light-skinned girls and the mixed girls or whatever. Now it's totally changed. Whereas I would say back in the day, I was the minority, where nowadays it's just pretty mixed. You know what I'm saying? The athletes, it's not just, let me go get the lightest skinned girl I can find, or let me go get the mixed girl. Now it's natural girls up there that you like. You know what I'm saying? Look at Sierra, look at, you know what I'm saying? So it's I think now that the times have changed, I think that people are not relying on this whole colorism thing, and they're not idolizing the light skinned girl and the dark skinned girls down here. I don't think it's like that anymore. So I think that now as time progresses, I think another thing that the young lady said on your panel the other day is that I know that a lot of times we as our own people are the ones that spout the colorism stuff more than, say, other races. Like, for example, I work in a project primarily, I'm the only African American at my company, I'll say that. So, but I constantly get comments like, you're so beautiful, oh my God, your skin, you're this, you're that. Even more so, and I've always gotten that coming up from, other races, like, oh my God, she's so pretty. Does she look like a little black Barbie, or she's this or she's that? Whereas but from black people, I'll get stuff like, oh, you cute for a dark-skinned girl. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we as black people need to stop, because I think we promote that, or the dark-skinned girls are violent. I think we're promoting that now. It's not so much other races. It's us within ourselves doing that.
But I think we've had the biggest impact. I've always think that we've had the biggest impact on that. I don't even think it was so much. I think, when it comes to other races, I think they just lump us all together. But I think there's like a divide within the race, because I think every culture has subcultures. And I think that we elevate, lighter skinned people to the top, or we kind of give them some type of, special service. She yellow bone, she thick, or she exotic. I guess that's some type of exotic thing. And then, dark skinned people are considered, they're just regular, or, so yeah, you look good for a regular person, or, you all right for what. And to me, I find that such an odd thing, because that's, I don't know if I've ever said anything like that. That sounds kind of crazy. Like, if you look good, you look good. That's it, point blank, period.
Right, exactly.
But like I say, but even with women that I've been with, even women that I've dated, and I've converted a lot of them natural. They've either had, perms, they were wearing weaves or something like that. And I'm super serious about it. Like, if I'm going to spend any adequate amount of time with you, and it may sound like some old, whatever y'all want to call it, toxic masculinity, whatever, I don't give a shit. This is my preference. This is how I'll tell you, I'm a nice person on this, so don't let everything on the camera fool y'all. I'll tell y'all to be honest. But I'm going to convert you. If I'm fucking with you, I'm going to convert you. If I want you, I'm going to have you. But I'm going to convert you. And so, it's been several women that I've converted, but they've talked about, and I've had personal conversations with them when they, either going from the hairstyle of wearing weave, wearing wigs, or whatever it is, and then going natural. And the people that give them the most grief is us. It's us.
Yeah, I can believe that. I can believe that.
And that's what I find crazy. Like, that other races, they love it. Oh, it looks so beautiful. It's this, and this. And so that's why I say I have a hard time with a lot of the things that people say. It's because it's like, when I see a lot of stuff and I talk to people on a personal level, listen to the media, not point finger, they're not, appropriating, or they're doing this. It's us that gives us the most flack. And I find that very upsetting.
Yeah.
But
okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and get back in my office and go back to, y'all talking about coding, go back to talking like Kelly, the white girl. And, I had to step out in order to even have this discussion, but I appreciate talking to you. I love your show, and I love the chat and all the opinions and everybody that calls in. It's very interesting.
Well, Miss Bad Bougie.
Have a blessed day.
You too, and I appreciate you calling in and we us being able to hash that out.
Okay, bye.
All right, you have a good one. Shout out to Miss Bad Bougie. That was a very interesting call. And see, some of y'all already disagree. Now, it ain't like that in the NFL. She told y'all what it was. Y'all trying to disagree. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this afternoon?
Hey, what's going on, Honcho? It's Nacho.
Nacho Libre. Now, Nacho's live stream. What's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind this afternoon? How do you feel about ICEBae?
You know, here's my thing on the whole dark skin, light skin. My belief is it actually roots back to slavery because the light-skinned people were the ones that worked in the house. And that tradition still somewhat goes on because the dark-skinned women are jealous of the light-skinned women. And I think it does root back to, you know, the slavery days where, you know, like I said, they had, you know, the light-skinned people working in the house and they had, you know, dark-skinned people out in the field. So.
Okay. All right. So what are your thoughts though on ICEBae? How do you feel about it? What would you give her name is Kiara. What would you give Kiara? If you were giving her a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this young lady?
Hold on. All right, say it again. I'm sorry.
The lady that we kind of, I mean, she's not really the topic, but we use her to get to the topic. So what do you feel about this young lady, Kiara? They call her ICEBae.
On the screen?
Yes.
Oh, she's a good-looking girl. But, I mean, it's crazy. These women are tearing her apart just because she's a good-looking girl. It's crazy. Women love attacking each other, and women, they know they dress for each other, and if a man finds them attractive and likes it, that's a bonus. But women dress for each other to compete. That's what it comes down to. And then when they see a girl that looks better than them or they think the girl looks better than them, they start hating on that girl.
Okay. So what do you think about her? Have you seen her before the stream, or is this your first time seeing her?
No, it's my first time seeing her. I looked up some stuff, you know, and she's getting a lot of hate.
What kind of hate are you seeing her
the
get?
crazy thing is, what's that?
So what's some of the hate that you're seeing her get?
Well, so I seen a few people say she's a race traitor and she's going after her own people and all this bizarre stuff. And then they're, you know, trying to bash her for her being cute.
Okay. Do you think she's a race traitor?
No, I don't. She's doing her job, and the, you know, Border Patrol agents, I think it's like 80 or 85% plus Hispanic or Latino that's on the border, you know. So they can't say it's a race thing because you got over 80% of Hispanics blocking other Hispanics from trying to get in. So they cannot say that's a race thing. They can say you're a race traitor, I guess, but that really has no value to it. It don't hold any weight, just like calling people racist. That holds no weight anymore. You know, just like the Me Too thing. That ruined it, you know, because there's a lot of girls out there, I'm sure, that has had stuff done to them. But where the Me Too took over, it took all the value out of that word. It means nothing now, and nobody believes it.
Okay. So do you think that with the 80% of the Border Patrol being Hispanic, that they handle those situations maybe with a better understanding than maybe other people who may not have the familiarity and the knowledge of what's going on down there?
You know, I really don't believe it has anything to do with the race as far as their job. You know, they're trained to do their job, and that's that. You know, I do know people personally that's in ICE, and they're Hispanic as well. You know, and they have to fly people, you know, back to their countries. The guy I know, he flies them back to their country. And he told me one story, and I was like, wow. They flew one guy back. He was actually begging them not to take him back to his country. And he started to try to fight him just so he'd be brought back to the U.S. I think it was over, like, Afghanistan. I forget the exact area. But the Police there got him, walked him around the corner, and then they said they heard a pop, and that was it. So, I mean, and the guy was Afghan, and the people who escorted him was Hispanic. So was that racist for them to fly him back to the country?
No, nothing wrong with that.
So, I mean, this whole race thing is getting out of control. And on top of that, I got a question for you, Honcho. We always heard like the black card. You got a black card, this and that. What happened to it? It's my opinion, my view. It's like the people in the black community, not all of them, but I guess a good amount of them, just started handing out the black card to anybody that has some type of tan on their skin. I mean, you got ALC, she's got the black card now.
Shit,
I mean,
hell no, she don't. Hell no, she don't. She might got a American Express black card, but she ain't got no black card.
Well, I mean, it's like Oprah Winfrey. You get a black card, you get a black card, you get a black card. Everybody gets a black card, except for the white guy. I mean, it's getting so bizarre with all this crap. You got people with lighter skin than me, and they get the black card. It's like, wait a minute, and I do have Native American in me. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm darker than that person, so that now means I'm a person of color. I mean, it's getting so bizarre. It's crazy how they play on words. They had the racist one, which was a colored person, but they took that and just reversed it to person of color. It's the same thing.
Okay.
I mean, do you agree with the person of color, or do you think person of color is racist, or colored person is racist?
Man,
I mean, they are the same thing.
Man, that's what I say. Address people by what the fuck. The person of color shit is nonsense. We kind of talked about that the other day. It's like, that's what I say. It's the same fucking thing. And then you go from person of color to women of color. People try to create so many segments in society. They want inclusion. They want to be welcomed into a certain, but then they create terms to separate. So it's like, hey, we're not getting represented. We're not getting included. Well, let me create this term that separates me from the rest of y'all, and then I want you to include me. So I'm a person of color. I want to be included. I'm a woman of color. I want to be included. People don't see the hypocrisy in what they're doing. But I got a question. What part of the country are you in, Nacho?
Kentucky.
A little bit of noise. So in Kentucky, how do you feel about the Colonel?
What was that? I'm sorry, my phone messed up.
I said, how do you feel about the Colonel?
How do I feel about what?
The Colonel, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh, I love KFC. We got Colonel Sanders. Okay, I gotta go. Okay. And my phone's messing up on me. Okay. I want to say one thing. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Here's my thing on the whole slave thing and reparations. Okay, the slave owners used the black people to make profit, because they didn't really pay them. But now you got these people that say their ancestors are, were slaves. Okay, let's go with that. But now they're doing the same thing as the slave owner. They're wanting free money off of their ancestors' back. It's the same thing.
Okay. I can see what you're saying with that.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, the slave owners, used them for profit, and now you got the generations down trying to use their own family for profit, which my view of it, they're saying, well, it's okay as long as I get paid off of their back. Okay. Just like the slave owners. So
do you think it should be something separate between like slavery and say the Jim Crow era? Because the Jim Crow era, I think, to me, had a significant impact. Slavery had a very significant impact, but I think there's a difference. So what about the Jim Crow era? Do you think that some type of reparation should be given to people who were hindered by laws that were on the books that kept them from being able to do certain things?
Yeah, the Jim Crow, to me, in my view, it is different than the whole slave thing. I believe something should be done about that. I don't know if it should involve giving them money or giving them property or something. I can't say 100%, but yeah, something should be done about that situation in the Jim Crow era.
All right. That's good. Anything else you'd like to add there, Mr. Nacho?
No, sir. I just want to hear your opinion, on the reparations and stuff. If you get where I'm coming from on it.
Yeah,
where these people are wanting money off of their ancestors' back when the slaves did the same thing.
Yeah, like I say, I'm not gonna. I don't want to steer the conversation too off course because, like I said, I talked about it when we discussed what was that last week before when we kind of got into it, and like I say, my feelings are pretty much the same. If you can go back and catch that one, and I talked about it pretty early on, and a lot of people didn't like what I had to say, but you know what I mean. I think that there should be a situation. I don't think it should be a monetary thing. I think there should be a different way of handling it, but I don't want to get a deep dive into it because, like I say, it'll take the conversation way off course. But we may talk about it again soon because I did say that we would bring the conversation up again soon, maybe sometime.
All right, that sounds good. Later, Nacho.
Okay. Appreciate the call, there, Nacho.
All right.
Later. Yeah. Let's see. We'll take one or two more calls. And for the record, Miss Meat is threatening me in the text messages, and so she said that she's going to tell all the ladies in the den that I won't put a man's picture up, and I don't give a shit. So before she come in here and talk about, he don't want to put the man, I do not want to put the man's picture up. I'm not going to put the man's picture up. Talk about some nigga with a football. Look, hey, I love the NFL. I'm not putting up no nigga picture wearing nothing but a fucking football. So it's not going to happen. Bow, bam, boom. That problem is solved. What's the motherfucking deal? What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this afternoon?
Man, I'll tell you, saying the whole damn sermon before you say your line, man. It's your boy Roman.
Man, yeah, already, Roman. What's on your mind, Mr. Roman? How you feeling today, man?
This how I feel about this accident, man. No woman, she fine. No, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't care that she a different race, she fine. Shit. Well, that's just the man. That's just the guy in me. Okay. I think it's like this, man. I think what I'm seeing, a lot of women of color is hating on her, man. So I'm talking Hispanics, I'm talking black people. Because I think she is grabbing attention. One thing I can't respect, she carried herself. Man, she out here looking raggedy and, Honcho, you said that, so it's true. Some of the most hating bitches be the ugliest ones. No, do be the ugliest ones. The ones that hate you the most be the ones that weave going from left to right, going from North Pole to South Pole. Them feet looking like pig legs. It happens, I don't really see the hate that she gets, man. Her political stance, it has nothing to do with her look. I don't 100% agree probably what she agrees with, but it doesn't take away from her look. And we're just talking about look going right here. I think another big argument is, I think the black men are looking at her like, man, she's cute. And then, a lot of black women, you like her because she's Hispanic. You like her because of this and that. Look, man, it's preferences here, man. Everybody has them. Women have them. I'm starting to see now, even light-skinned black girls are starting like dark-skinned niggas over light-skinned niggas. That happens in my school all the time.
Man, that's our whole game, baby.
Shut up, Honcho. Now I want to hear light-skinned niggas still winning out here. Y'all niggas just talking about
y'all niggas ain't been winning since New Jack City.
Man, y'all dark-skinned niggas and y'all the hardest niggas just because y'all got a little blackness in your goddamn pigment. I don't want to hear that.
Y'all niggas afraid to go out in the sun. How you in Texas and afraid to go out in the sun? Yeah, y'all light-skinned niggas, y'all ain't winning. Look, y'all sitting, y'all ain't winning.
Oh, man, Honcho. I go out sun all the damn time. None as a kid I used to go out in the sun. I don't care. I'm light-skinned. I like a little bit of a tan, bro.
Y'all go outside. Y'all be sliding along the edge of the house like a cat burglar trying to catch that little piece of shade because y'all afraid to get that direct sunlight. Y'all be all sliding.
You don't get your monkey looking at. I don't want to hear that.
Next to the air conditioner and shit, sliding on next to the little central AC. Y'all just over there posted up. Y'all afraid. So that's all I'm saying, man. You look. That's all I'm talking about.
I don't want to hear that. But like I was saying before I was really interrupted by some dark-skinned ass niggas.
Racist.
You know, it's just a preference, man. It's there. You know, that's what happens, man. You know, like I said, I think a lot of people just hate that. Let's be honest, that she Hispanic. You know, I mean, I think if this was a black girl, I don't think this would get enough attention like how it has got. You get what I mean? And then I think a lot of people, the picture's kind of controversial. It's not like she's just taking the picture with the ice stuff on. Then it was character because it's ice, and that has like to do with, of course, you know, immigrants and Hispanics. But I think her taking the picture, somebody taking the picture of her in front of the people looking. You get what I mean? And that has caused a lot of issues. As how can you take a picture looking good while you have people over here struggling? Which I can get that, but like I said, we're talking about looks here personally. And like I said, she's not an ugly person. You know, do I feel like she's a race traitor? Yeah, you know, it's different terms in my opinion of a race traitor, man. I wouldn't call her a race traitor because I feel like she's doing a job. You gotta do your job, man. I mean, if that's the job you get, that's the job you get. You know, she wasn't, you know, she's not like kind of like what they had back in slavery, where she was, you know, a slave master. No, not slave master. Well, what's they call it? A slaver. Basically, a black slaver. That's a race trainer. That's not you really demoting your own people. You know, that's why I call a race trainer and disrespectful, and you're a horrible person. But with her job, it's a job. You know, there's a lot of people. You know, I think people get mixed. Honcho, there's white people who work fights. There's Hispanic people who work fights. There's white people who work fights. The Hispanics and people from Hispanic, you know, predominantly countries don't just come through the border, Honcho. People from Africa come through the border. People from fucking Europe come through the border. Those are white. Those are black people. You hear what I mean? So would they be called race traders? Because everybody comes to the southern and western border. It comes to it happens everywhere. You get what I mean? So this calls her a race trader because she's Hispanic, and you know the general thought is that only real Hispanic people come from the border, man. It shows people ain't thinking, people not educated, man. So that's how I feel, man. Yeah, I really don't think it's no big deal. And like I said, we just go and look alone. She pretty. But you got any questions for me, Honcho?
Nah, no question, Roman. You know, I know it's tough out there for you light skinned niggas trying to win, so I ain't even gonna
Oh
put no
my
pressure
God. Dark skinned niggas. You know what, y'all think y'all blowing up. Y'all been hating on light skinned niggas for so long. Now y'all getting a little bit of picture. Y'all been got the head niggas in charge.
Ain't nothing even hate on them, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I said,
I don't want to hear that. Nice skinned niggas always gonna win. How about that? We always.
All I gotta do is chat as a nice skinned nigga to fight in the middle of the street in the summertime. You know, you already get to win. That's an instant win. They ain't even gonna step out. You know, light skinned niggas don't like sweating. That's a bad thing.
And I sweat all the time, bro. You know how many times I've cut grasses and walked in that damn heat and shit, man. I know how it is to feel hot, nigga. I don't want to hear that.
I don't know about all that, but if you say so, I'm gonna take your word for it, man. But that's a bit, Robert.
You lucky we cool, Honcho. You lucky we cool, man. But that's my call, man.
Don't make me hit you with the Roman. I appreciate it, man. That's a bit. I appreciate your call, man.
Man, anytime, man.
Alright. Quick thing, and shout out to Professor Trill, who said, I need to remind y'all that it was him who came up with the colorism stereotype particulars. Okay, so don't be blaming me for y'all accusations. All right, we'll take this appeal to the last call of the day. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this afternoon?
Yeah, Professor Trill, Honcho.
Professor Trill, what's the motherfucking deal? What is on your mind about this ICEBae and the situation? Have you heard most of the stream today?
I heard quite a bit of it.
Okay.
I missed certain parts because I was losing signal.
Okay. I don't know if you heard the part about, because like I said, it really wasn't necessarily about ICEBae, but it was about her appearance. Did you catch the part where we were talking about her versus Jailman?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. And so I'd like to know some of your thoughts on that, and then everything else that you got going on in the mind of Professor Trill.
It's much to do about nothing. Look, it's as simple as this. People is gonna find a reason to hate you because they feel like you got something that they don't have. And a lot of the times, if you give another type of a woman a compliment in front of a different type of woman, when she wanted that compliment too, it's like, come on, and you never complimented her, so now she feels slighted. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, instead of saying, well, she don't look that cute, basically what she's saying is, well, what's wrong with me? Why am I not deserving of that compliment? And it's as simple as, look, you just might not be my type.
No.
There's no reason to get offended by it. I mean, everybody does it, men and women, just as equally. I just don't know how you're going to appease people sometimes. I really don't. And there's no way to make everybody happy, no matter what it is that you say. And trust me, I know. And you can probably see it in the chat as I'm speaking, because I'm sure a few of them. Oh, Lord, here we go. Like right off the rip. But that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. And then some people was like, I like Jay-Z or whatever because sometimes I find some of the things that he say interesting. Nobody's going to agree with me 100%. And I call you crazy as hell if you did because I know I'm a little throwed off sometimes. Yeah. But I just have my beliefs, Yeah. And I really would like to address Miss Bad and Bougie.
Okay.
Because she doesn't seem to be a particular fan of the things that I say. Okay. So I'm just going to answer a few of her questions. You know how, like, in the beauty shop, how ladies talk to each other?
Yes.
And they talk about dudes?
Yes.
Y'all do realize men do the same thing. And a lot of this stuff has been talked down and passed down from generations. Because it's not just one age group that goes to the barbershop. You got the old folks and you got the young kids in there, too, all the way down. From 70s, 80s, all the way down to, 6, 7? And then you got everything in between. Yeah. And they all talk. And we talk about women, we talk about sports, we talk about all kind of shit. So there's a few stereotypes, and here we go with this again, that are out there. And Honcho, I know you know them. It's just like Hispanic women have the best pussy. I haven't experienced it myself, but I've heard it from many different guys. Many different. And supposedly that's like at the top of the list. That's why a lot of guys is always on that hunt for a Hispanic woman. They say Asian women can't take a large phallus. Either orally or with penetration. That might be true, it might not be true.
They're very petite.
Stereotype. Say that again?
I say yes, they're very petite people.
Exactly. So, if all of that, and if you met like a thick ass Asian girl that was just as fine as a black girl, because that's also a stereotype, you wouldn't consider her a little bit of an outlier? Because you know damn well most Asian girls are petite.
Yeah, I was talking about the chick, the Twitch thought she just got her channel canceled. She was a very busty. I won't say she was, because I don't think she had no ass. I ain't never really featured that ass. But she was a very busty Korean chick. And that was her thing. All she did was halfway. She couldn't dance really well. She just sit there and bounce around. But she was like an anomaly because that's not something you see very often. A naturally big-breasted Asian.
Asian with a fat ass, you be like, you know what? You got a fat ass for Asian. Now, it might not be the biggest ass you've ever seen, but on an Asian woman, it's the biggest ass you've ever seen. So that's an anomaly. So if somebody tell you cute for a dark girl, that's telling you that they're not really attracted to dark-skinned women, but they still find you attractive. So instead of taking that as a negative, you could take that as a positive. Like, he don't even like dark-skinned women, and he thinks I'm attracted. Glass half empty, glass half full. It just depends on your mindset. You hear what you want to hear. That person might not have intended that to be a negative comment. So that's all I can tell you, Miss Bad and Bougie. It is what it is.
Okay. Yeah.
You missed the nacho. Oh, I'm not done. Look, I know we don't see eye to eye. All right? And I don't hold it personally against you. It's just a difference of opinion. That's all it is, so it ain't nothing personal. When you ask about the black card, Why do you care? Who gets it? Is it because you want one? What do you think getting a quote unquote black card is going to benefit you or anybody else that supposedly gets one? What are they going to get out of it? The approval of some people who really can't do nothing for them and ain't going to support them in no kind of way? Let's just be real here. Now, I do agree with you on the dark skin, light skin coming from slavery. I agree with you there. But when you sit up here and say that now this racist shit has got out of hand, when just, about 40 years ago, they was hanging niggas just because they was black? They was hanging them just because he beat the shit out of them to death because he supposedly looked at or whistled at a white woman? But now you think now, in 2019, that racism has got out of hand, or this racist shit has got out of hand. That should not be a comment that anybody should make, no matter what race you are, sir. That makes absolutely no sense. So why would you think that it's cool or even conjure that thought in your head to let that exude itself out of your mouth? I don't know. I don't know where your mind is. That doesn't make any sense, especially when you know the history and you know the facts. Why would you say that? But the bigger question is, why would you think to say that?
I got.
That's what I would like to question.
I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in, and I can't speak for him because I don't know what the man was thinking. But this is where my thoughts go when you say this, and it could have been a miswording, and basically saying not the racism itself is out of hand, but the allegations of racism in this day and age.
Okay, well, if that's what he meant, I agree with him 1,000%. It's the same as any other allegation that goes out there. The same shit. You could say that the rape allegation shit has got out of hand. You could say that what's the other one now? The shit on the college campuses. If you try to holler at a girl,
you
they could be harassment.
The Me Too shit.
Yeah, like they can file harassment charges.
Yeah. That's.
You just try to holler at them. What the fuck?
And then the next thing you know, they're gonna be talking about men ain't shit, men scary. I'm dyking because men don't want to talk to me. But then you're encouraging this other behavior. But I'm telling you, it's lesbians behind all this shit. Because lesbians benefit off Me Too. Lesbians benefit off all this crazy shit you say because they get to isolate the women, fill them with this bullshit feminism, indoctrinate them, and then tell them all this nonsense about men because they fear men, they don't go near men, they don't want to hear men. Everything is mansplaining. Ms. Grace, I didn't get a chance to see it, but the man spreading, like the man spreading, and I ain't because
that's ridiculous.
There's
you
a
know
dick and
damn
balls.
well what he got between his legs, bro.
It's
you ain't got nothing there, hopefully. Unless you're one of the T people. But I mean, shit, that shit need room, my nigga. Why you think that our undergarments are different than y'all? Come on now. That's just common sense. And we are generally bigger humans.
Exactly.
The male side of the species. We're bigger. So we're going to take up more space. It just doesn't make sense to me.
So, like I say, it's what's happening more? You say men are harassing men on campus. They're talking about the gays and stuff, or why are men harassing men? Them niggas they ain't get they ain't graduate on time to get the Robert Smith student loan package, so they mad now? I mean, like what is going on? I need to find out what's happening with that. But that's what I'm saying though. You know, yeah, if y'all don't see how skewed stuff is, and y'all be saying, oh man, y'all just be saying this, and this. But this is what we were talking about the other day when we were talking about do men still have rights? Because there's no way a man can file a false allegation on a woman for rape or any of these things. And we're not saying that it doesn't happen. It does happen. And any man who does do these things needs to be hidden away from society, point blank, period, removed and handled accordingly. So we're not encouraging, we're not supporting that belief. But I feel the same thing needs to happen to women who make these false allegations, because you become a threat, because you can ruin a life with a lie. And then, but you have these same people who are talking about, you know, hey, well, let's separate and Me Too and you know, men should be here, women should be here. You shouldn't be allowed to talk to women, like you said, but will be the same ones that say, well, if you don't embrace a transgender, you're a homophobe or you're this. No, I don't like dick and balls. So you're telling me I can't talk to these kind of people, but then you tell me I'm supposed to embrace these other kind of people. Like, this is the shit that's going on. I saw some shit the other day where they were talking about all straight men should like transgender, some crazy stupid. No, the fuck they should. They don't. But this is the logic of these people. This is why I say I believe that there is some mental sickness going on. I saw a guy who was a former transgender And he talked about himself. He's like, it is a mental sickness. There are other layers of psychological problems, but the easiest way to handle this, it was like body dysmorphia, schizophrenia. And he's like, there's a lot of other mental issues that go in with this, but these doctors and these people, they encourage this other thing so that way they don't address any of those other problems. They say, well, hey, this is what you need. Go take this medication or give them these hormones. And that's why you see a lot of these people having mental issues, right? And so what happened? Like, what happened with the student housing director? Like, what's going on? So it was a student housing director, and is he gay or something? Like, what is? I'm trying to figure out what's going on because I have to figure. I'm gonna have to go look at it and see what it is that y'all talking about because I don't know what y'all talking about. But but what I'm saying is that it's so much crazy stuff that's happening in these mentalities that if you'd have said this in the 90s, people would have laughed at your motherfucking ass. You might have got beat up just for talking crazy. But now, if you don't listen to it, you're some type of bigot. You're some type of hater. I'm embracing the term bigot now. I'm just letting y'all know that shit. Bigot, the hater, all this negative shit. I'm embracing all this shit. If that's what it means to be one of the last few normal thinking people on the planet, like, fuck it. Bring it all that shit on, man. Like, it is what it is. Like, fuck it. But
I agree, because I'm all that shit too.
Yeah.
And if you want to call that type of person a racist too, then fuck it, I'm a racist.
Yeah, I mean, it's just thought
I stereotype motherfuckers on the daily, but I'm willing to admit that.
Yeah, and that's my thing, man. It's like, yeah, I'm not hiding the shit. That's why, people don't like that too, because they feel like if they can hit you with a label, then you got to react. And I'm not apologizing for shit. Like, unless I done something, it'd have to be some serious shit. I'm not apologizing for the way I think. Fuck that.
No.
Yeah,
And when you have the personal experience to back it up, like here's a stereotype I could use right now since I'm driving. Whenever I encounter a driver who I obviously can see don't know what the fuck it is they doing, I automatically assume it's two different type of people. It's either an Asian person or it's an old person. And I'm right 90% of the damn time. So that may not necessarily be true for all Asians and all old people. But I'd be goddamned if it's not pretty fucking accurate. So that's what people do. We make generalizations about shit.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, because I think all small Mexican women that drive big SUVs are the worst in my personal experience. I fear for my life when I say, I'll park up. I'm gonna let you clear the entire parking area. Like, I mean, get out the whole parking lot. Okay, let me make sure she is gone and she is pulled out to the street before I move. I'm telling you, I've seen some of the worst shit. It's just, especially when I used to live in a Hispanic neighborhood. Like, I'm telling you, trying to get out of the parking lot. I was thinking it was at a food town, dog. And probably got hit damn near, almost got hit 6 times. Just trying to get up out the parking lot, just from backing out, just not looking, just swaying. I'm like, they all in big fucking SUV. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Can't see over the wheel, over there hunching over the wheel, trying to see what. I don't want no smoke. I'm gone. But yeah. So I agree. Yeah, we all have prejudice, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, I don't think, and I understand when other people have prejudice, because you're only gonna know what you see and what you've experienced. It is what it is. And that's why I'm a person that talks about trying to educate people, because a lot of the times the problems that we run into is ignorance. They're ignorant of your situation. People automatically expect, because of the life they live, everybody should know what they know. It don't work like that. The biggest issue that you will have is trying to get somebody to think like you, to understand how you think. And so that's why I'm a firm believer in, hey, try to educate somebody. This is why I feel this way. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, you're stupid for this, and this. You're just dumb for this, and you're this. Let me explain to you why what you did was incorrect, or why what you did was a problem. Then, if you choose to continue doing it after that, hey, well, look, I've already explained to you why this is a problem, and now we have an issue. Now, if it's just some blatant ass off the wall shit, well, again, we have each situation is different. So I can't sit here and say every situation will be handled like that. But if it's a situation that can be calmly approached, then I prefer to take that method. So that way you understand, and anytime something else happens, then, well, whatever I do after that, well, it is what it is. So, but yeah, I don't have no issues with that. People have prejudices. It's just what it is. I gotta look into this thing. They're saying the housing director was fucking with the dudes, and then he got outed, and so now he's talking about it was rape or some shit like that. That's crazy shit. I mean, I don't know.
And I just heard that damn, what the fuck is his name? The actor.
Spacey?
Yeah, Spacey just got off.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Like after all that shit.
Yeah. Bring
They
back House
kicked
of
him off
Cards.
the show, which
Yeah.
I love, by the way. I love that fucking show.
Yeah.
They kicked him off. It's like, damn, man. After all that,
Yeah, but that's
ain't have no evidence. Like that shit didn't make no sense.
that's what it is. The public outrage, the court of public opinion is the problem nowadays. People are trying to they're so worried about pleasing these motherfuckers who honestly are a small percentage of people, like a minority of a minority of a minority. But because they're so vocal on these social medias because they don't have shit else to do but voice their opinion about this stupid ass shit, these big companies think that they're relevant. That's the problem with I have with a lot of the Democrat beliefs, because they're listening to people on Twitter, and the people on Twitter are generally far left. When I believe most people on the left are sensible, I think most people on the left are reasonable. I don't think they think like a lot of these crazy people. I don't think they even like being lumped in with them. But unfortunately, y'all are selecting from the same, pool of candidates, and so you're kind of getting all put in this category. And this is not to say the same thing with people on the right that are far right. I think most reasonable people in America are moderate to independent minded. They just kind of lean a little one way or another on one or two specific issues, and that's what differentiates them. But what we hear is from these fringes, like I say, the crazy motherfuckers. So that's why I stopped watching House of Cards after that very questionable scene. But it was a good show. I'm not gonna sit here and say it wasn't a good show. But then once I heard it,
but it was still really entertaining.
Yeah, but after I heard they took him off the show, I was like, fuck it, I don't even want to finish it up then. So.
But you get that type of scene in damn near every show.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it's another show I love called Dear White People, and then they just started tripping. Like that show was really interesting, and then they all the way to the alphabet, and I'm like, well, what the fuck?
No.
I mean, that is, our people shit, even though a rather very minuscule part, but goddamn.
But would you say that it seems like those are the most vocal ones, or those are the ones that are getting the most attention there?
Absolutely.
And that's the crazy
I would agree with that 100%.
I see Baker Man, they say AB and Baker Man both said the same thing. It was live till that scene. Got to that part and I stopped watching it. Okay, so I just know not to watch it at all. I ain't gonna even waste my time. But again, like I said, Netflix been trying to force me to watch that goddamn Stranger Things. I'm like, I'm not finna watch that shit. Like, cause it's the first thing that comes up on their little I don't know what they call it, masthead or whatever you call that shit. Like when you first, log into Netflix or whatever. And then, sometimes that shit will start auto playing. And they fucking be trying to give me the wine. I did not press no okay. I did not press no watch trailer, no none of that shit. They be trying to force me to watch that goddamn Stranger Things. I'm not gonna watch that shit. Like I have no interest in
Stranger Things is okay.
No.
I watched the first 2 seasons, but it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it's different. It's something different.
Yeah. No, I had
still weird.
Seen Easy either. Yeah. So, yeah.
No.
But that's what I say. Yeah.
I'd also like.
Go ahead.
No, what was you going to say?
No, somebody was asking if I watched the show Easy. AB was asking about the show Easy. I seen the trailer for it, but I hadn't watched it.
I like to address one of Roman's comments too, where they was talking about what somebody said that how can she stand up there and pose for a picture while it's a bunch of people back there struggling?
Yeah.
That comment is stupid. Mm-hmm. First of all, she wasn't taking no pictures. She was doing her fucking job.
Yeah.
She was watching the fence live.
Yeah.
She didn't smile. She wasn't looking at the camera. None of that. Somebody took a picture of her.
Yeah.
So what the fuck you expect? She was just doing what she do. And second of all, do they not understand that there is a hierarchy in the world? That's the way shit works. Mm-hmm. You got people with a lot of shit and people that don't have shit. But it's like that everywhere. It ain't just here in America. I don't understand shit like that.
No.
So if you feel so sorry for people, give them what you got then.
No,
I don't think you're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So then what the fuck you talking about? I don't understand people sometimes. Mm-hmm. I respect their opinion, but it just doesn't make sense to me.
So super funny thing, because I was trying to pull up something. Somebody asked her age. She's 26, and
she's a very attractive girl. She to me, she like on my scale of 1 to 10, she a 2.75. Mm-hmm. And the reason I give her a score that low because I don't know her personality. And to me, personality is 5 points.
Mm-hmm.
So at the most, she could be damn near 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She's not a 10. You know what I'm saying? She ain't that bad, but If she had a real good personality, she could be a 7.75, damn near 8.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And if she real cool, she could be a strong 8.
Okay.
So personality means something. You can't just judge somebody's personality off a picture. Just like you can't know somebody off a picture. You can't know somebody too much off of a Facebook post or a social media post because most of the people are fake nowadays.
Yes.
Only sometimes when you see something over a course of time, like if you, like the girl I sent you, Chimba, if you've been following her for a long time, you can kind of see a trend coming. And just by the way that they carry themselves and what they do and how they do shit, then you can start to generalize what kind of person they are.
Yeah.
And sometimes you could be completely fooled. It happens all the time. People get duped every day. People get taken advantage of every day. But it just depends on how much stock you choose to put into that. That's all that matters.
But I was gonna say, I came across the article on BET, and she is steadily blowing up. Because last time I looked, she was at like 24. She is up to 63,000.
BET.
A BET article just came up, and boy, what is the term we was talking about? The shade. She only started this thing the 15th. She started her Twitter account, and she put a couple of little tweets on there. So she don't have a lot going on. But she started a little Twitter account. I guess she got active on social media after that. She only got like 26 tweets, but yeah, they got a bunch of, you could tell the little quotation marks. Talking about hot and some other little stuff, so you can tell it was a woman that wrote it. She's not too keen on it. But my thing is, like I said, there's nothing exceptional about it. So that's what I think keeps her from being in the upper echelons of what you would call a 10. Because people got to understand, I use a different scale personally. Like I said, it's a 30-point scale. But a 10,
I heard of
a
that.
10, most people got like, oh, well, she's a 10. You got to understand, you really can't be giving run-of-the-mill hood chicks a 10. And that's what niggas be doing. A 10, you gotta understand, scale includes the entire fucking world, right? You can't just, it's not a hood 10 and a suburb 10. It's the entire, so that means like the finest, if you in the strippers, porn stars, Hollywood actress, whatever, they're all in this same category. So when you just run around giving chicks 10s, it's because they look good for the environment that they're in. There's a thing called, I don't know if you ever heard of the term refined 9.
Yes.
Okay. And for those of you who don't know what a refined 9 is, it is if you're working in the plants, you work construction, you're in an environment that's male dominated. Well, a woman looks better because she may be the only woman there. So she might not really be that attractive in normal everyday society. She might be a 3, 4, or 5, but because she's in the plants where there's a bunch of sausages, a bunch of niggas, well, shit, you just want to look at something somewhat feminine, so she's a refined 9. So you're like, okay, well, hey, she look kind of good.
We used to call it workplace fine. Yeah, because you work on the same job as you. Yeah. She's the baddest one there, so then that's the one that they go after.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You got to seize your opportunity. But my thing with her is, like I say, on an overall scale, because from what I've seen of her, I haven't seen a lot of makeup. Again, like I say, looks a little petite, so not necessarily my bad. I like a woman with a little something. I like to handle. I'd have to toss her around a little bit, but but it's like, to me, it's the confidence that it seems that she carries herself with, without all the extra stuff, and I think that's what's been getting her a little bit of notoriety. And then she has, I think, conservative views, so I think that also is a plus for her in some categories. But
okay, I agree with the categorizations that y'all done put for the girl, but y'all ain't hit on the main one.
What's that?
You know how like a women love a man in uniform?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a reason for that. It's not because of the uniform, it's because of the job that he does. Because most jobs that require a uniform are physical jobs.
Mm-hmm.
What would a woman appreciate in a man because of his physicality? The same thing we appreciate in a woman because of her physicality. So if she's in a job where she has to exude some strength on the daily, what does that put in the back of your mind? Well, if I was to bed her, she would probably fuck me as well as I would fuck her. What nigga wouldn't want that?
Oh yeah, I definitely guarantee she with them shits. I have a belief. I don't care. We can talk about all the other stereotypes y'all want to. Y'all can get mad at me if y'all want to. I believe conservative women have better sex. Point blank. Period. It just is what it is. Because they gonna restrain that shit. They not trying to push all their sexuality to the forefront. That's not their primary thing. But when it's time to get loose,
They get. I agree with that.
all the way. You know what I'm saying? that's hey,
So far in my living, that has been 100% accurate. So far, 100% accurate.
What you saying over there, Bad
I will not
Bougie?
share those stories.
What you over there saying, Bad Bougie? I'm trying to figure out. You say no, Miss Me talking about no wonder why she has so many men after you when you work construction. Well, you know, I'm telling you, the refi.
And plus, it's hard to find an attractive woman in those type of job environments.
Yeah. Oh man.
Because most attractive women don't want to do nothing physical.
Mm-mm. But see, it's some of the women, they learn the game. It's some chicks, because it was a chick, I told you, I was at a Chevron plant one time. And this bitch, dog, and I'm saying this bitch, she would come to work. She's supposed to be a fucking fire watch, hold watch. This bitch would come in there and go to sleep, nigga. Be leaned up against the column, just knocked the fuck out. Sitting down on the ground, laid out, a little horn, sprawled out across the fucking unit, and just out of there. And then motherfuckers coming in and wouldn't say shit to her motherfucker. They in this bitch buying her bag. Now, I ain't gonna lie, this little motherfucker, she was a refined 10, you know, a regular, a free world, like it's prison. She was probably a solid 8. She wasn't ugly, and she was very well proportioned. You know, you could tell she was a little party animal, but you know, so she was winning. She wasn't doing shit. She go in the fucking tent, the lunch tent, be sleeping all day. Them fucking foremen, a lot of them was Hispanic. She was a Mexican chick. They be buying her bags, purses, trying to take her out to eat. She was getting a check on top of a check. Like, I'm like, shit, I ain't mad at you. Do what you gotta do. If them niggas gonna do it, do it. You know what I'm saying? But that shit there, that shit is wild. I remember one time, it was a fine ass chick working there, and I was damn near finna have to fight a dyke because it was her old her gab. But that chick was peeping. She be always trying to talk to me and shit. Little dyke was like what did she do? She was a laborer, and the little chick was a fire watch, and she be chopping it up with a nigga or whatever, and just talking. Oh, woo, this. The dyke had dreads too, and so maybe I don't know. Maybe I was in by default or something. But I was gonna try to bust her ass up. The little dyke come out of nowhere, you know, trying to find out where she at, cuffing and caking. Oh, hating ass bitch. But it is what it is, though, man. Okay. Yeah.
And plus, it's also surprising. It's like if you get pulled over by a female officer, pretty much, you know, the females that do those physical jobs have a more of a physical type of body, not. You know what I'm saying, the sexy side, but the more stocky female.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, as officers, they be short, thick and shit, look like they want to tackle a nigga at any given time. But if you see one with a nice shape and a nice face, you're like, oh shit, like is this a surprise? So,
man, I
you know,
one.
And then what you do, you start talking to her, and you don't talk to her like you would talk to another female that if you try to exert their authority and shit. You talk to them completely different. You real cooperative. Oh, yes, ma'am. Here's my license right here. My registration is right up here. Can I grab it? You know, you talk to her with a smile because she's pleasing to look at.
Yeah.
It just happened, especially when it's a surprise.
Yeah. Man, last lady cop I seen, she's built like fucking, what's his name? Iglesias Fluffy. And I'm sitting here wondering, like, who in the fuck are you going to arrest and how? Like how, I'm a firm believer that there has to be like some type of height, weight rate. They need to go get the Texans height, weight, speed formula ratio and apply it to law enforcement. I do believe that because I think that when you're dealing with cops who are physically out of shape, they're more likely to resort on force and other stuff as opposed to a cop who's in shape who will be more willing to, you know, use other methods of restraining a suspect or whatever it may be. I think cops are because they don't want to. Come on, like you can just tell when somebody is fit. She had no business being a cop, like straight up and down. Like I'm not trying to like cap or be. It was like she was obese. You're not chasing a suspect. You're not finna there's nothing you finna do. Like if I would have took, I mean, you not finna stop nobody. Her first reaction is gonna be to shoot or tase, whatever. She not finna tussle. She not finna do nothing. So it's like I'm just looking at that, and I'm just like, man. And I'm not saying the women should be out here fighting. You know, they do what you gotta do. But it's like her first reaction is gonna be some type of force because I'm looking at it, but I'm getting tired looking at it. So I know she ain't got the energy. Like it's just like shit. So I don't know, man.
The ones that's real light in the ass too, because I just seen a few videos. A female cop try to arrest the dude. He's like, man, why don't you just get the fuck away from me, man? Like, don't respect her at all. And she steadily hollering shit. She got the motherfucking stun gun, baton, all that shit. The dude just looking at her like, man, go on somewhere. Like she's a gnat that's flying in his face and shit. I just be like, why would you pick that profession knowing damn well you fist the struggle? And this was far from a big dude. This dude was by average height, probably about, like, what, 5'8", a buck 50, buck 60. Like, it's a regular little nigga in the shit. Man, this girl couldn't have been no taller than, like, 5'2". Yeah. You know what I'm saying? On a good day. And if she would have been pushing 100, I would have been very surprised. And she kept trying to grab him, and he was just pushing her hands off. It wasn't until that big white male officer came and jacked the nigga up and started acting right.
Yeah, got right.
You know, and he was in the wrong too, but it was just funny, like, damn, like, how they even hire her for that job? Yeah. I mean, some jobs need to have some kind of standards, man. You just do. Like, if she couldn't even get on a ride, my nigga, I don't fucking get her to get out. I don't understand that.
Damn, that's tough. That's super tough. Miss Meat is in here being nosy. Okay. And then DeMarque over here capping. So I'm gonna preface it with that. So Miss Meat asks, Miss Meat, you gotta change your name. I'm gonna be honest. Saying Miss Meat sometimes it's just I understand where it came from. It's just I don't know. It's just sometimes it's weird to say. But Miss Meat asks, ask Trill how tall he is and how much he weighs. DeMarcus responds with Trill is 5'6", 400 pounds.
No. No, I am 6'3", which I have said on multiple occasions because Honcho and I are the same height. And I'm probably around 360, 375.
Now, so when we all get it right and we have a den get together in the city and Trill pull up in that truck on you, DeMarcus, you know, you already know you a little light, you know what I'm saying, and especially if it's in the summertime. You know, that's on you. whatever happens, look, ain't no wrenches involved in those situations. I can't help you, player. Yeah. So okay. Anything else that you would like to add about ICEBae or anything that we've just kind of been discussing today, man?
No, and I'd like to answer another question that was posed in the last stream.
Okay.
I am not a light-skinned dude. I'm brown-skinned, caramel, if you would. I'm about the complexion of Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. We're about the same color.
Okay.
So if you call him light-skinned, then I guess I'm light-skinned, but I don't think so.
Okay. I think it depends on what day you catch The Rock. If The Rock been on the movie set for a little bit, that nigga be a little bit dark. If he ain't filming, that nigga always filming movies, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. If he ain't filming a movie in a couple of weeks, he be a little bit lighter.
So I guess that his darkest color is my color.
Okay. All right. Cricket say DeMarcus gonna get washed. Okay. Well, I don't know. All right. Well, I think we go. Hopefully, we got some clarification because some of y'all out there, y'all be making allegations and talking bad about people because they don't be saying stuff y'all want to hear, and y'all be saying this person probably this and this person probably that, and this man this and this man that. And we never say these things about you, ladies. Never. No. You ladies just undermine us and try to just do us bad. We offer you nothing but love and our insight, and that's all we try to give you. And y'all just tear us down. I can't believe.
and as much venom gets spewed my way, I like all of y'all. It ain't nobody that I just dislike. I like all of y'all. Sometimes I might not like the shit you say, but I mean that's my opinion. That's it. Y'all all cool with me. Y'all ain't nobody just said nothing that's just like overly egregious, like, okay, this motherfucker deserves to die or burn it in hell. It ain't never been nothing like that was said.
That's what I say. That's why I found some of the stuff funny. But yeah, I think everybody who's been sticking around, y'all are pretty good folks. I know we done lost some folks in the den the last couple of weeks. Some people ain't like the topic, so well, I wish them well. I hope they are enjoying life, and I hope they find some content that they enjoy wherever they have decided to venture off to. But we gonna be who we are here, and that's what makes the den what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we gonna be. I mean, if we were to be fraudulent, to be dishonest, to be disingenuous, this community would not be what it is at this point in time. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, you gotta take the good with the bad. But with that being said,
Yeah, we supposed to be friends in the den, goddamn.
yeah, motherfucker getting mad. I can't respect what you say as a body and shit. I'm not for the trip on you. If you can't be like, do what you do, like whatever. I mean, it's I was living all right, before I met you. And if you don't like me, if you don't like what I say because you can't stand to hear somebody else have a different opinion, that's something I've never been able to fathom. I can't understand people who say, well, you voted for somebody, you have a political view I don't like, I can't be your friend, I can't be this, I can't be that makes no sense to me. But I guess people
We might not agree on that subject, but we might agree on everything else.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But it's
like some people won't date you because you a Democrat or you a Republican.
Yeah.
You won't even get a shot.
Yeah.
What do you fall politically? Oh, I'm more Democrat. Oh, you suck. You like fuck. It's like, God damn.
Yeah.
It's that serious? Okay. I can see something being a difference. Like, do you ever want kids or not?
Yeah.
That makes perfect fucking sense.
Yeah.
But other shit like that, damn. Okay. All right. Oh, and the comment from the other day about I told y'all about the girl that wouldn't give me no play because I wore glasses.
Yeah.
Y'all could be right. That maybe she just didn't like me. That could be true. But all I know is what she told me.
Yeah.
That's all I know. So it could have been that too. She don't fuck with niggas in glasses and she didn't like me. It could have been both. For all I just go by is what she said. And if y'all think that she lied to me, that just goes to prove my point. Women lie like a motherfucker. It just proves my point. God damn, tough. I'm not over the line, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway, I see that you're trying to end, so I'm going to go and let you go.
All right. Well, Professor Trill, I appreciate you calling in and sharing that insight with us this afternoon, goddamn.
All right, Honcho.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right.
See? So, yeah, look, y'all be lying. All right, so I'm gonna go look at this Morehouse incident and doing some other things. Look, West Sweetberry and Napping the Code and just came from out of. See, they've been over there conniving and plotting. You got to watch them too. Like I said, that's the kids you got to separate on opposite ends of the classroom and shit. But all bullshit to the side, man. Regardless of your opinion, your race, your background, your religion, your spirituality, political views, class, I fuck with you. I fuck with people. And again, like I said, I did not used to be a person who fuck with people. Like, look, hey, I don't give a fuck. That was my first thing. I don't give a fuck. Like, oh, well, I ain't even give a shit, like careless. But I think, daily and every evening that we get together, we start to build bonds and a relationship, even though it's a primarily virtual thing, and some of y'all I've chopped it up with, and just in various forms or whatever. Some of y'all I know personally, but I just want to say shout out to this community, man, because y'all are great people. I think y'all are awesome. And again, whether we argue, whether we agree, everybody good in my book except for like female pimp. I don't know. She got a tortilla chip problem and she got to get that shit fixed. But outside of that, everybody else cool. No, it's all love. But I just want to thank y'all, for supporting this community, for supporting, the den, supporting one another with the issues and the, because people call in and they say things and then, sometimes the conversation may end between me and that individual and that person gets back into the chat and then y'all continue on. To me, that is the most amazing aspect of it because it's like, it's genuine sincerity. Because people really want to help. Even people sometimes be arguing about every other thing, and then somebody will share a certain aspect of their lives at a certain point, and they'll really try to have conversations with it. Now, some people will be like, I'm going to take this opportunity to prey on this motherfucker because I can't stand him. It is what it is. But for the most part, man, I think y'all are all excellent. I think y'all are all wonderful people. I don't eat something. Let's see what I'm gonna go eat. But I appreciate all of y'all for coming this afternoon. We'll be back at it live tonight at 10. I don't know, y'all have been asking, where is the goddamn recorded content, Honcho? I am going to bring it. I promise. I've just been debating, and I value your opinion on these things. And I want to know what you guys think, right? I want to know what you guys think on this. Would you guys prefer multiple videos covering individual topics, or would you guys prefer maybe like a daily, I don't know, we do the live stream early, we do the live stream late, but like a daily video that covers a variety of topics, a variety of stories throughout that day. Shout out to it.The Gamma. What's the motherfucking deal, it.The Gamma? Don't talk about women tonight. I only want to, just because you said I am going to talk about women, because sometimes y'all may catch it, sometimes y'all may not. Sometimes the morning conversation is a setup for the later conversation. You know what I'm saying? The fill up the front, yeah. Like I watch a lot of Phil. I like what Phil does. Now there's a few things I'd probably do differently, but you know. And I was thinking, because maybe, you know, cover a variety of stories, maybe release them after the live. So maybe, you know, maybe 4 or 5 o'clock ish Central Time, my time. Then, you know, be back at 10 for the late stream. But I talk about y'all with love. I talk about y'all with nothing but love. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, shout out to Casio, man. Hey, look, if y'all trying to get right, y'all gotta understand, we got a few fit folks in here, right? If you're trying to get your hands right, you gotta holler at the Baker man. If you're trying to get swole, now I don't know if he's still in the gym like that, but I know he knows the foundation, the principle. You gotta holler at my dog Casio, man. If you're into vegetable fetishes, holler at Shannon. Vegetable Bae. But I talk about y'all with nothing but love. When am I, only one lie, when am I ever insulting? When do I insult y'all? I simply point out, see, this is what it is with the lady folks. Y'all are used to most men bending to your whims and your will. And I'm not like that. I'm gonna be 100. I'm the same way I am with my old lady. My old lady, she'll have periods where she goes into an emotional state and she'll respond to stuff emotionally, or, you know, solely from her perspective, or whatever it may be. And I'm gonna say, okay, well, have you thought about looking at it like this, with this, and this? And she may not want to be receptive of it then, but this is why I say there's always something special with her, but compared to most women I've dealt with, is she may not be receptive to it immediately. Say if it's a phone call or something, or even in person, she may, but a few minutes go by, she'll ponder on it for a little bit, she'll apply something that I've said, and then she'll be like, hey, you know what? You were right about this, or you were right about that, or I did this thing that you said and you were right about that. Now, and this is not to say that she doesn't do the same for me, right? She tells me certain things, even when it comes to the channel, or she's like, well, have you thought about doing this? Or I heard somebody talk about doing this. Have you thought about this, and this? And sometimes eventually I don't be want to hear it, and eventually I do it. She'll be like, I told you, but I told you. So we argue back and forth. But I talk to y'all the same way that I would talk to my old lady, because it's genuine concern. Oh, see, that's the problem. You gotta stop. If it don't apply, let it fly. Those people have to hear these things, because look, I can't be the what's his names of the world, the Derek Jacksons of the world, who keep telling you everything that you do is okay. If you know somebody's doing crash dummy behavior, you know what I'm saying? You got to let them know, hey, what you're doing is not good for your outcome, whatever the outcome is that you seek, whatever the ultimate goal is that you're trying to obtain, and just the overall betterment of yourself. So monthly emotional, well, that's a whole different topic. You know it. that ain't me saying it. That's science saying that. But what I'm saying is, I will talk to y'all just like I would talk to anybody else. And so when there's certain topics that come up, I'm gonna address it the exact same way. So it's not I'm out here to attack y'all, or I'm out here to undermine what you're trying to say, or I'm trying to hear just to specifically disagree. I'm gonna give you a genuine male perspective, because most men are gonna lie to you. Your boyfriend, your husband, the man in your life, they are going to lie to you because they don't want to upset with you. They don't want to deal with your shit. They don't want to hear it. And they know that lying to you is the fastest way to either get through hearing your stories or whatever you got to. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to keep it all the way real with you. We're going to have a discussion. You know what I'm saying? And so that's all it is. That's all it is. I got nothing to lie to y'all about. There's no favoring me. I get no bonus out of lying to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm trying to do is keep it real with y'all and give y'all the conversation that y'all may not be getting elsewhere in your life. And so it's not that, oh, I'm attacking women. It's not that. It's not that. But let's be honest. Outside of the den, y'all know y'all don't hear this type of conversation too much in your day-to-day life. You may hear it on other places, other channels maybe. But it's just about keeping it 100, because it's all love, because I need tough talk. I talk to myself tough. You know what I'm saying? I get on my own ass. Like, I'm still disappointed in a lot. I got to push myself a little bit more. And so I'm just going to be real with y'all. And I appreciate that, D. I mean, that's all it is. Mitch. But, see, right now, if I'd have said I'm by the pool watching women in the pool, just staring at them while they in the pool or doing whatever, and they were getting topless, I'd be a pervert. But it's okay for Shannon to see, look at this double standard in society. I am out. I can't. I'm disgusted. I fuck with y'all, man. We'll be back at 10. I appreciate all of y'all, man. Links in the description below. Anything you need to know. It's your boy at Honcho, man. But I was asking about the quick stream, or not the quick stream, but I saw somebody say a daily video. I saw somebody say, however, whatever. We'll talk more about it later. I'm gonna forget about it, but I appreciate it. I might put a poll up on the community tab. So look for that. Make sure you vote. And I appreciate y'all coming in today. And you prefer to be swindled. I ain't gonna swindle you. Look, I ain't trying to get nothing from you, so I ain't gonna swindle you. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Now, if I wasn't an occupied honcho, then maybe I'd spread a few fibs, but I ain't got nothing for you. But with that being said, talking to the dudes, man, I appreciate all of y'all. I'm finna steal some pistachios and shit before Sweetberry get them all. But I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Y'all are great people. Let's see who I can pull a move on. And then me and Bad and Bougie, we squashed the beef. We partners now. Nah, it wasn't no beef. I'm just talking shit. Look at the Miss Meat comments, got me fucking shit up. But you finna pull a jack move. Finding the Dead on iTunes and Google. Oh, I got a fucking email. Goddamn Spotify. I had the fucking shit last night up and I didn't. Man, I got a bunch of shit to do. But it should. Let me see. Let me double check and make sure it's up there, because it should be there. It might. I gotta check and make sure it's not still under the Kush Den, but it should be under the Den. Let me look into everything and I'll have everything. I'll make sure all the facts are straightened out by tonight. I ain't finna read that text, Miss Mean. I don't know what's in you. I can't trust you. You deceptive.